All right, I have an update. By the way, good morning. It's Thursday morning.
Good morning.
You know the creepy guy story?
Oh, yeah.
That was going up my driveway, and the cameras caught him.
Yeah.
Okay, so, you know, our neighborhood's a little on edge anyway because there's been recent activity over in Stapleton, and they've caught some guy that, you know, was going around to people's yards, and he's getting caught on cameras, and just all that stuff.
Is that the guy that was a resident of Stapleton?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Right. And then there's other guys. So, you know, we caught this picture when you dropped the girls off for me to babysit.
Yes.
5 minutes before that, Chris said, "Hey, did you look at the images from the camera?" And I go, "No." And there was this like guy, and he was walking up the driveway, and he was like kind of creeper.
Yeah, like tall and skinny, black pants, black jacket zipped all the way up.
Dark hair,
and dark sunglasses.
Right. So that was that. And then so I like since then, like especially that day, I was totally keeping an eye out.
Yeah.
So then I came in and I showed Kathie the picture because she didn't really know about what was going on. So I was like, "Oh, this is this creeper dude." And then you said, "Hey, I saw that dude when I dropped the girls off."
Yes.
And I was like, "What?" And you were like, "He was going into your neighbor's yard."
Backyard. And he caught my attention because he was so creepy and weird looking.
Right.
And looked around before he opened up their gate.
Right. So then Kathie tells me that. So then I'm on full-blown paranoia, right?
Yeah.
So I'm always just looking out and just, you know, when Yosh barks, I'm like, "Who is it? What's going on?"
Yeah.
So then...
From inside his safe house.
Yeah, I was going to say, what are you going to do? If you do hear something, what is going to do?
It's called Neighborhood Watch.
Oh, okay.
It's called Call the Police. Go get your gun. Whatever.
Oh, yes.
So I went to the neighbor's house yesterday when I was walking the dog to let him know, like, "Hey, yo, there's this dude that was, did you guys get broken into?"
He was on my camera. Right.
And this is the German neighbor with his wife. And so he wasn't home. So then last night, I was like, I'm really going to make it a point because I see the lights on to go show them this picture.
Yeah.
So I go to the door and ring the doorbell, and so he's all, "Oh, hello, Larry." And I was all, "Hey, what's up, man?" And then she's in the background. She's like, "Don't let the cats out." And so he's all...
Does she speak German too?
No, she's American.
Okay.
So he's all, "What's going on?" And I was all, "Oh, man, there's this like creeper."
Did you call him a creeper?
Yeah, I was like, going up the driveway, some weirdo, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And we got a picture. So then I show him the picture, and he's all, "That's me."
What?
He goes, "That's me." And I go, "That's you?" And he goes, "Yeah, that's me." And I go, "Oh."
You idiot.
I was like,
Are you kidding me? You can't even recognize your own neighbor?
No, he looks totally different. I go, "Your hair looks so much darker in this picture." I go, "Your hair looks like the Beatles in that picture." And his hair's like lighter brown. And then she starts laughing. She's dying. She looks at the picture. She's laughing so hard. And I was like, "I am so sorry." He's like, "Yes, that's me." And I was like, "Oh my God, I don't even know what to say."
And if you look at it, he doesn't look like a cat burglar now. He just looks like a European.
Yeah,
right.
for sure.
Actually, right. You're right.
For
He
sure.
looks like a stylish European.
So
he went from cat burglar to European.
I said,
Oh my
"Thank
God.
you."
Oh my
And I go,
God.
"Sorry, guys." And I'm
That's
walking down the
me.
stairs, and she's laughing still. And she goes, "Larry," she's like, "Thanks for pointing out my husband almost robbed us." And she's and I hear the door close, clunk. And I was like, "Well, it was better to be safe than sorry." You know what I mean?
That's me.
He said, "That's me right there. Why are you tripping out?" He said,
And
"Do I
why
look
did
that
you-
weird?"
Why did you call me a creeper?
So then he texts me. He
Dude,
texts me a
okay.
few minutes later at the house. He goes, "Sorry, didn't mean to scare you. I sometimes walk up your driveway to check out the outside of our house to control the weeds and some cracked siding on our house." And I was like, I go, "Ha, too funny." I'm still keeping an eye out though.
On
So
you,
I'm
German.
Yeah, but that just did not look like him at all.
Okay, and he was really, when he came around the side of the house, that's when I saw him. I mean, the
Of his
dude-
house?
Right.
And he was all Guten Tag.
Right, and you're all weird.
He didn't know, he didn't say hi or anything, but it was just the
Kathie's
way.
all, "There's some weird guy in lederhosen on the side of your house."
Oh, my
He's
Well,
like,
if
he's
it
like,
was, I would prefer the Lederhosen because then I would know it was German. That's obviously supposed to be part of this house.
"That's me."
But he totally, I mean, he literally looked all around before he opened up the gate and walked in it.
Well, and he's got
Because it's his house.
I
Right.
know, but it's not like he swung the gate open like this is my house. He literally like slipped into the gate. It was crazy.
He's got the thing is he's got a side yard, on the side of his house. That's kind of like their yard.
Right.
But then they have the extra that's by the garage.
That's where he was going.
Right, and it's a little piece of yard and nothing else, like their air conditioning units back there, but it's really like this kind of second yard.
Okay.
So when I saw that guy peep in that area, I was like, he's going to get in that area.
Yeah.
And so every time I go to my car now, I've been looking over the fence like, where is that guy? He's like, it's me!
Next time, look upstairs, because he's upstairs asleep in his own house.
Right. So now they only come back with the Costco with the sweets and the treats, and they are paranoid from the marijuana. Yeah. And you know he's telling all his friends in German. So then he goes, this is weirdo. This creeper is coming up the side of the house. And I wait to see the picture. And it's me.
He does not smoke marijuana.
Right.
You know, like.
He's all Americans of marijuana,
Yeah.
And they like the treats. The sweet treats from the Trader Joe's. And some from the Whole Foods.
Right, they're always seeing you guys come home with something in your hand.
They come home from the Sprouts, but no vegetation. It's all the chocolates and the crackers.
I just picture his wife just dying.
She's still laughing.
Yeah.
She's you thought you were. He said, quit laughing. It's not funny anymore.
My gosh. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And we've come full circle.
I'm so proud of you.
Now I can breathe a little easier, but I'm still going to be paranoid. Who is it? Who's out there?
Oh my God, you know what's going to happen? Some dude's going to show up that is the creeper robber.
Right, I'm going to be all, it's the neighbor.
It's the neighbor. He's out there checking for cracks.
Right.
And seeing how the fence looks.
That's so funny.
Did you go to the other neighbor next door and warn them?
No.
Okay, that's good.
But I've had to warn them because when there was somebody going from car to car, a group of 3 people that went up that were coming down their driveway, and I was like, "What the hell?"
Oh yeah. I remember that too.
So I'm on watch.
Yeah.
Everybody's got cameras now.
Larry's like that 80-year-old retired lady who's
Who's outside? Get out of here, you German Nazi!
Oh yeah.
Okay,
shut up, Larry.
Whoa.
You're an idiot.
How was the canned food drive yesterday?
It was awesome.
Oh man, yesterday.
So many people came out, and
I saw
Kathie
that on
remembers
Facebook.
all their names.
Thank you to everybody.
You got Bill and Bob and Fred and Jim and Jen and
No, we had Donnie and Priscilla.
Who's the family that was the son was in the musical?
Oh, so cute. Brisa was the mom. Giselle was the daughter, and his name was Eli.
You know what's really funny is
He's so cute. He has a play at Edgewater Middle School. He was all nervous.
I know you remember everybody's name, but if you never did and you had to wing it, I wouldn't know. So you could be like, that. The son was Zachariah, the daughter was Penelope,
I could.
and the husband was Ralph. And I'd be like, oh, yeah,
that
Ralph.
sounds right.
totally
Hey, Ralph.
remember them,
Okay,
yeah.
let me see if I can remember the other family. So it was Jose.
The Chad came out by
The
himself.
Chad was there.
The Chad.
What's up, the Chad? There was the other family. So there was Jose, his wife Brianna. Then they had...
Who had the oral surgery? Because some girl came up and her
Leah.
smile was all crooked, and I was like, ooh, that's how her smile goes. And so then they were talking, and she's like, she just had her a root canal. So half her face was numb. So I was like, oh my God, I just thought you looked that way.
He did say that too, where he goes, man, I thought something was jacked up with your face.
Oh,
Because she literally like raised up.
Right. She was half Joker on one side.
jeez.
So that was Everett, but Everesto.
Okay. Everesto.
Yes, thank you. And Leah. Yeah, that was those two.
So even after a root canal, someone came down there to donate cans.
Right.
It was so, dude,
it was so
no
cool. There was
excuses.
so many people rolling through.
there was a couple that had a house not far, and they went and grabbed some stuff. And
Yeah,
they
that
were
was-
so awesome.
Do you
That's
know
awesome.
that
Do you
couple?
know-
Did you know Donnie and Priscilla? That was those
Man,
two with the cans.
we should
Sounds
do a
like
magic show in Vegas with her. It's like, okay, we filled this arena with 1,000 people.
On your
Kathy's
way
gonna-
in, someone introduced themselves
Right.
to you and got your name.
Well, and that's what like evangelicals do. The guys that ask for money. They have an earpiece in, and their wives sit in the back or somebody else, and they'll go, okay, go to the third chair, woman in the purple. Her name's Beverly, and he's like, is there a Beverly?
No way.
Yeah, I saw this whole thing. That's how they get it,
that's
and that's why the audience is like, oh, he knew that I'm Beverly. He's like, and she's like, she lives at da 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 da, and she has back pain, and he's like, is there something wrong with your back? And so she's like, oh my Lord.
Oh my Lord, let me open up my wallet.
You filled out a questionnaire. Like,
so that's what Kathie does. Somebody, producer Mike is over there in the corner going, Raul and Jennifer. Raul and Jennifer and their son Abram.
Okay, so even they went and got the cans, right? They pulled into the Green Solutions, saw what was happening, went and got cans. They are both caregivers, as in she takes care of her mother who had a stroke and she's paralyzed and all this, and his son is 20 years old. And Isaiah is his son's name, and he is wheelchair bound and has been since he was a kid. So he takes care. So, I mean, I'm just saying people like that who have no extra in them because they give it all, taking care of people.
Yeah. Fine to give.
They found time
to give
to
again.
Go and give.
Right, for sure. Time, you know?
That was pretty awesome. They're my heroes.
I like seeing all the canned goods come in because I'm always like, I've never tried that.
I know, right?
Like, who buys that? And then I'm like, Trader Joe's has eggplant in a can? I'll take it.
Ooh.
Well, it's like, it was
that real?
Yeah, it was eggplant. It looked all fancy. It was something eggplant and something.
Is that
Stephanie brought that.
Really?
From Trader Joe's.
Well, what's cool is, so I came in this morning and we have the text line where if you text food to 303-728-3420, you get a bounce back with the Google Maps, the locations that you guys are going to be all week and all that stuff.
Right.
And so this was it blew up in the middle of the afternoon because the show replays, you know?
Oh, right.
So it blew up in the middle of the afternoon. So there really are a lot of people out there, I think, ready to give and donate. So you guys are actually going to be out today again. You're going to be at the Green Solution on 66th and Federal from 12 to 2 o'clock. And if you come out, you can drop off those cans with you guys.
Yeah, basically right across the street from where Kathie used to work. Cheerleaders.
Hey, I got to point out I was the weekend girl, not a Tuesday night hoe. Okay, so everybody keep that in mind.
I actually had a cousin that worked there, right?
Yeah. No, you didn't.
Yeah, and this gets creepier.
Okay.
Okay, so she was my cousin, and so I knew some cousins that went to go see her, and I was like, I'm not going to go see my cousin take her clothes off. Then I found out her dad went to watch her strip.
Awkward. Was it Uncle Danny?
Yeah.
I knew it.
Wait, he went to watch her?
To watch his daughter strip.
He didn't just happen to go and she was there.
No.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the most awkward thing ever. I was just throwing on some cheerleader. It wasn't.
I
It wasn't.
Wiggins walked all over the post. I was
thinking that too. I was like, you don't start the song when he starts the story.
Right. She just got on stage. Her dad walked in the room, and now you're starting the song.
No.
I didn't even get to the part where he tipped her.
I was putting on cheerleader.
I guess he did.
He did not.
Yeah, but he was the weird uncle. That's one of
why
those.
I knew exactly which uncle to ask to say who it was.
He was the uncle that was so endowed that he would put his junk in the jewelry case and go, "Hey, look at this jewelry," and you'd go look in the case.
He would not.
Yeah,
he would not.
That's not called endowed. That's called a pervert.
I know.
And something's wrong with him.
You know what? Louis C.K. and Harvey Weinstein just got in trouble for saying,
he came from the same era. He came from the same era, and that was his thing. I mean,
gotcha.
All the men that subscribed to Playboy and Hustler, that's the result.
Right. You know what I mean? They couldn't wait to do a joke about their man.
Oh.
Okay.
Right. Not saying any names.
Larry and Kathie present.
Turn it up.
Turn it up.
Okay, yes I do.
Blazing Hit Radio.
In a time where apes ruled, she was the one
Good Caesar.
who could prevent war.
We need to kill them all.
I know them.
No, you don't, Dawn.
I know what they want. I will speak to them. I need to speak to Caesar. What are you doing? What's going on? Seriously? This is what you want? For real? Oh my God. To prevent war, I'll do it.
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
What did they say?
Well, it turns out they want to have more meetings with me. So I'm going to go up for the weekend, and then I'll have an answer on Monday.
Rated R for That's Not Right.
Who doesn't like a little monkey love, huh?
I guess I was like, what is happening in this
Well,
bit?
You know,
Why do I not remember
that
this?
That caught me off guard. As soon as I heard the title of it, I went, okay,
Dawn
I do remember
of
it.
Planet of the Apes. And you know Dawn, she's liberal and open.
Wow.
Is that what liberals do?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I just think that she's an animal lover.
Yeah.
They're snowflakes and they're animal lovers.
Hey, we've talked about this before. It's okay to love your animal.
Just
you
don't
can't
love your animal. Unless you're those ladies on when what's her name on SNL does the kitten ladies.
Oh yeah. Did you see this past weekend when the cat went crazy?
Yeah, that was hilarious.
That hairless cat, and Tiffany looked at it like, damn. What's happening with your cat?
Cats are us.
This one likes to cuddle.
Right. The best one of those that she's ever done was there was one she did with Kristen Wiig.
Yeah.
And then one with Melissa McCarthy.
Okay.
It was just.
They were good.
Dying laughing. Because Kristen Wiig was just grabbing her boobs. It was hilarious.
Oh, yeah. I do remember that.
Yeah.
I mean, she got a good grab on Kate McKinnon.
And then this is before we knew she was a lesbian, so we're like, wow, Kate really is into that scene.
Right, like she really lets him grab her boobs.
Right.
Oh, now I get it. Oh.
It was wanted sexual harassment.
Exactly. For some reason, I thought Kate had stepped away from Saturday Night Live.
Oh, no, they're almost their, like, best one now.
No,
because
she
everybody
totally
else dipped out.
I thought for some reason she'd stepped away and said she's going to focus on movies, like kind of like Jay Farrow.
I think this could be maybe her last season or maybe the next, but yeah, once they lose her, it's back to just Keenan. No, and the Weekend Update guys, and I don't know, the new girls. I'm not like bowled over by them yet.
We haven't really seen anything out of any of them.
Right.
There's the one that keeps getting used.
That Latina?
Yep.
Yeah.
When are we going to start doing Weekend Update here? I really want you two to do that.
Yeah, I'm all about that.
feature.
I'd love to write that, for sure.
That would be just so fun. We got the green screen now.
We just need a news desk.
The delivery would be good. Yeah, we just need a news
Kathy,
desk.
go through the junk pile at Fox 31 and pull us out an old news
I
desk.
totally will.
I want the CW probably got rid of their old one with the new studio.
Yes, of course they got rid of the
Their
old
new
one.
studio's sick. It looks rustic and modern.
It looks like reporting live from Breckenridge.
Right, exactly.
Very Colorado-y.
My fake skis are on the wall near the fireplace.
Right, exactly. And that's my fisherman boots.
Brought to you by Pass Bro Shop.
Yeah.
I knew a guy who didn't want to be a cop in the city, so then he went to Breckenridge and drove from here to Breckenridge.
To be a cop
just to be a cop, and so he would commute back and forth.
Oh my God, that's a terrible commute.
It would be a terrible commute, but what an easy and awesome job. You're just like... Just walking up and
Lovely
down Breckenridge.
Day.
Yeah,
fresh air.
Hey, stoners, not here.
Yeah.
Move along.
Right.
Move along.
Right.
I don't want to do paperwork.
Hey, you can't pee there.
Yeah.
Move along.
Right. Hey, give me that marijuana. I'll confiscate that. Be on your way. Pretty good.
Right. Yeah. Oh, I'll take that. I know somebody that wants to be a cop in New York City.
Wants to be?
Yeah, like she wants to be. And I'm like, why? I mean, out of all the places, why are you choosing that place?
Right, that's
you can't be a rookie cop in New York City, and it's a girl.
Does she know the streets in New York?
No, that's why. She's in love with New York City.
Yeah,
she
that's
just can't
not the
get
career
it.
NYC, what is it about you? You're hot, you're cold, too late, I'm sold.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what she got off the bus.
Yeah. It is starting to...
NYC,
Thurs.
I give you fair warning.
She's got a suitcase in each hand.
Yeah.
I'm going to get my start.
Yeah, I'm going to make it here.
Yes.
And then they're like, give me your bags.
Yeah. Yeah. People smoking crack on the alleyway.
Right, exactly.
Hookers all over there.
Right, somebody grabs her goodies.
Takes a certain type of person.
Right.
She might as well just join the army while he's joining the army. Because if she just loves New York, then just go move to New York.
It's about
right,
New York
because
City.
you could like New York, and the next you're like, Afghanistan, why did I come here?
Yeah, that's it. It's hot as hell. Right. Yeah, exactly. The song's better with NYC.
Right. Where she lives.
And it's nice to be still in the country.
Tomorrow, the Justice League starts.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
So I might go see it again.
Tonight at midnight.
Oh, whoa. Okay,
Yeah.
that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, I might go see it again.
I'm going to see it again.
Yeah,
you
but I
know
want to go
why?
with the crew. I want to go with, my Batman, my Wonder Woman.
Okay.
You're my Wonder Woman.
Thanks.
Oh, you're my Flash wig.
Yeah, you're Flash.
Okay.
Totally. And you will take that as a compliment.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Like in the movie, Flash
funny.
he's the humor. He's He's just so
he's a little cutie,
normal and real, and he's great.
I won that TV dressed as Flash.
I know you did.
And then the guy who I went against, because it was like a national DJ contest, because Larry and I made this video, and we used Flash. Which wasn't the music for that specific show. So I remember that guy, that DJ getting all mad.
He'll save every one of us.
This is the worst movie ever.
Oh my God! Here come the biker dudes on their flying.
So they told you that.
Was that song in the movie?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
I don't think it was, Larry. I don't think you could just use any rock song and assume.
I thought that was part of the Flash. No, it's the state of the universe.
Well, the DJ that we went up against that was in the lead did not like that at all. So he made a video, and he had a bunch of followers. He made a video that was like, "You didn't even do it right. This guy isn't even using the real Flash thing," and this was calling me out.
Okay.
And then,
but you won.
Well, he made fun of Colorado, right?
That was what pissed people off.
So what I said, I was like, Colorado, are you gonna let this man talk crap about you?
I do remember that. It worked.
It worked, and then all of a sudden, like, you had a progress bar. I was all, I was all,
yeah, I'm getting the TV.
And didn't you say that curved TV that's like kind of going out a little bit?
Yeah, it doesn't work anymore.
That sucks.
Yeah, but it did for a while. I mean, free TV. But you know what? And then I went online, and they said that a lot of those Samsung TVs do that. And so the conspiracy theory is that they're just built like that on purpose. That's why they're $300 when you go out there and buy them.
Because you can only expect to use this TV for 2 to 3 years.
So long, yeah.
Gotcha.
Are you into guys with curved ones?
No.
Wow.
No gonzos here.
It depends on the curve.
No gonzos
If it's
here.
up or down, I'm cool. If it's left or right, I'm starting to be like, Although I'm not going to hate if it's big.
He's
it's big.
walking funny.
Right.
I saw a guy, and he was in the middle of doing it with his wife, and his front door was open, and they were in the living room doing it, and it was
Okay,
like
that's
a neighbor.
hot.
and it was dark, right?
Okay.
And so
Is this yesterday?
No.
Yeah, when did this happen?
This is years ago when I lived on 88th in Washington,
Okay,
which
yeah.
explains a little bit about it.
I like this. Can we slow down a
No,
little?
you don't like it
Jesus.
because the guy looked like who's the guy from Trailer Park Boys?
Oh, no.
The guy with
Bubbles?
the
Yeah,
glasses?
he looked like
Okay,
Bubbles.
if he looked
Okay,
like
I'm
Bubbles,
out.
we're
Okay,
out.
so-
Just tell us the
By
story.
the way, Bubbles is a regular guy. It's the glasses that throw the whole thing off.
Well,
Exactly.
Well, this guy was a regular guy, but he looked like Bubbles, and he even worked at Google. He was a huge nerd. And so I'm walking from my car, and I see it's pitch black except for the light and the screen door, and so you see the light, and then I see that guy, and it's like straight, and then like a 90-degree angle, almost like an 80-degree thing. I'm like, what? I was like, first of all, that's gross. I don't want to see that. Second of all, what is wrong with it?
What's happening
What
over
is
there?
going on over there?
It's like the sign you see on the road when it tells you that the road's going to bend ahead.
Oh, yeah. You got to slow down.
Yeah, no, exactly like
You're going to
that.
need to take this one cautiously.
Right. How do you think she feels going like this? She's having to bend her neck weird.
Yeah, right. Is her,
I don't know. I have a sore neck.
Yeah.
I can't see you anymore.
I never talked to that neighbor after that.
No, I
Yeah.
wouldn't either. No, bad visual. Ugh. I would like to point out, as the girl that,
As the girl.
Since we have the
Lady
place,
part?
the place where the key goes.
Okay. You're the lock.
If the key is bent,
Right.
like
You're not opening
a
the
bent
door?
key isn't supposed to be going into a lock.
Yeah, but
so it can really hurt.
I know. So then maybe he should approach it like that.
He comes
Well,
in
he,
from
like,
the side.
does a-
He's
like a-
here comes my wind up and the curve
Little
ball.
curve.
Right. Exactly. I figure those guys have to adjust their game anyway. You know what I mean?
Oh no, yeah, they've had to. Yeah, they heard it a couple times of someone going, "Hell no, that hurt."
When I see those guys, I'm like, you should use your other hand now, so it goes back the other way.
Oh.
You've been using that one
Right,
hand too long.
Exactly.
Good morning.
It's like people that chew on one side of
Right.
their mouth all the time.
dentist is all, well, let's try the other side.
So I just started switching the food to the other side.
Now you walk better.
Larry and Kathie J's Blazing Hit Radio.
Live from a mile high. And now worldwide.
We've been so busy with the food drive
Yeah.
that, like yesterday, did our thing here, went home, and then had to go back out to the food drive. And so in the mix-up and all the craziness, like, I just didn't eat.
Yeah.
So, like, yesterday, when I got home and my friend Ryan was over, we're we were like, oh, should we go get some D? And we were like, I kind of put it off. I was like, yeah, I pretty much only had a sucker today. So instead for dinner, I didn't really like, when you go to your fridge and you're like, there's nothing in here.
Right.
And you open your freezer and like, they could microwave one of those healthy meals, but you're like, nah. Right. And so I was
nothing in the cupboards.
Right. And then there is stuff, but then you'd have to make it.
Right.
And you're like,
just don't feel like it.
Right. And then nothing combos right. You're like, oh, I guess I'll have Spanish rice and, some cheese. I don't know, whatever.
Nothing. And nothing sometimes sounds good.
Right. Or you don't have like the main dish of the dish that you would need. Right. You know what I mean? Or whatever. So I had like 4 beers for dinner.
Nice. So wait, you and Ryan didn't go anywhere?
No, we were gonna, but then we just had a couple beers. We're like, I guess that's a good dinner.
Yeah, I think it is.
On an empty stomach, a couple beers? Come on, that's awesome.
My dad would call that the dinner of champions.
Exactly.
Fine.
Well, and then, sometimes you'll have those 4 beers and you're like, I'm gonna eat something.
Yeah, well.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And then you eat
worse.
something. Right.
Right.
But it's better to, I like going to bed hungry. Because then you wake up and you're like, oh, I didn't pig out.
Right. I did it.
Yay.
Hello, pound weight loss. I will see you in about 10 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious. But we really want you to come out today. We're going to be on Federal at the Green Solution.
66th and Federal.
Right. So that's like Federal Heights, or is that Westminster?
No, that's Denver.
Oh, it is Denver.
Yeah, it's right on there.
Okay, so bring non-perishables. If you bring 10 canned goods or 10 items or more, you'll get $10 off your purchase at the Green Solution while we're there, and that's on a $15 or more purchase.
Yep.
Okay. Now, I don't mean to start a war this morning.
Oh no!
But I am very upset with something that Kim Kardashian tried to say yesterday.
What did she say?
She went out.
I thought she was going to call us out for something.
Right, I was like, once I found out it was Kim, I was all in. I was like, what did Wiggins? First, I was like, what did Wiggins?
I know. I was like, she's like, I'm really upset. I'm like, oh no. I was like,
I'm sick of both
please,
of you.
Please be Bolte, not me.
I've had it. Men. Stupid.
We know
stupid.
you've had it.
Creeper. So Kim Kardashian came out yesterday and said that going through the surrogacy, that it's harder on a mom than actually being pregnant and carrying the kid.
Which doesn't make any sense because her innards were not good at all.
Right.
That's why she couldn't have a third baby because they're like, you could die.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So yeah, it's not.
So it wasn't selfish reasons. I
no,
thought didn't want to ruin her body.
Which is why I think she can say this.
Yeah.
Like Sarah Jessica Parker had a surrogate. And it wasn't because of a health reason. It was just because she didn't want to carry the babies.
Oh, okay.
So
she's like, why should I ruin my figure?
Kind of. And then they get twins. So I'm sure there was IVF and all that involved.
Right. And then, well, no, I wonder if there's ever any couples that are like, hey, we can't afford all that expensive, stuff to impregnate the woman. Why don't you just go have the husband hook it up?
Because then it's not my genetic.
Oh, okay.
You dummy.
Well, then you shouldn't have let him do that. Because now she's knocked up with his kid. Now you guys are going to have 2 kids.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
That's how it works, Larry.
Okay.
That's how it works.
Kim told Entertainment Tonight that it's so much harder.
Why? Because you don't know what's going on?
To go through it because you're not in control. And I get that. You're not doing that bonding with the kid. And the bonding, I'm sorry.
What do you mean from outside and inside?
Yes, exactly. Of knowing that the kid is in you. And
okay,
you're
so you're
helping
already
it grow.
meeting each other. So now she's going to meet a stranger because he came out of some other lady's thing.
Right. Which, I'm sorry you're missing out on that pain. You're being bloated, going to the doctor every week,
And she had a terrible pregnancy, the last one, she had to be at the doctor's and the one before that. So she should be thankful.
Right.
But I'm wondering when they picked out a surrogate, that they're like, she has to be beautiful.
Oh.
We want our baby in the right fluid.
I'm sure that they chose plant-based, that they chose the healthiest person they could, somebody that was still going to, do some, light exercising.
Somebody that was spiritual but not religious.
Stay away from sugars and everything. So I'm sure they chose
they
and
had
paid handsomely for the right womb.
Right, they had 2 candidates left, and then one of the girls was like, no, I've never been with a black guy. They're all, you're out. The other girl's like, I love black guys. You're in.
So to me, for her to come out and say, I get it. I get the whole, I'm not there with the kid. I can't. But it's like, Wow. On the flip side, though, Kim Kardashian,
you're not big
you seem to be enjoying your not pregnant body that you went to the third baby shower of your kid with in a freaking crop top with a pencil skirt.
Which didn't make any sense because usually at the baby shower, there's like a big lady there because she's about to blow.
Right. And I'm also a little upset about that. Do you need a baby shower for every kid, especially if it's the same gender of a kid you already had in the past?
Yeah, because they love the attention.
Don't you just pass along whatever was there?
In a normal situation, but she loves the attention.
That's even stupid, right? She loves the attention, so it's like you're not
carrying... She did a sex tape.
Whatever.
But yet she can go out and say all this dumb crap.
Well, first of all, they're celebrating the birth of this child, so why would you not celebrate it for every child if you're rich? And secondly, it gives Kanye an opportunity to do floral arrangements because he's gay. Because he did like this room where the whole ceiling was roses, and like he's like, and then we'll have like apple blossom trees here and here and here, and that's his thing, you know, because he likes to design clothes.
Yes.
So I just think it's funny that she married a gay guy and he doesn't even know he's gay.
I just don't like her. I just don't. But like I saw her on Ellen yesterday.
Yes.
And first of all, she looks weird. Like her butt definitely looks fake.
Well, you know,
it is kind of weird.
We have a source close to the Kardashians that has confirmed they do injections everywhere.
Yeah.
Right, because it doesn't look completely real, like the curves like don't pan out. You've never seen anything like that. And so now I don't trust anybody's butt because
you can't.
Right.
I trust Nicki Minaj's butt.
See, now I don't. I thought hers was fake too.
You can go old school with Nicki Minaj, and she's you know, her butt has always been good. The boobs are new.
I think who has a really good butt is Khloe has a good butt. You know, but then again, it could be the Kardashian butt they buy.
Exactly.
Because I was going to say Kylie has a great butt. Yeah, and Kourtney has a great butt.
Kylie's butt's definitely injections. Are you kidding me? How do you go from a skinny little white girl with no lips,
you grow it.
no body? Yeah, you inject it. But I do think Kourtney's butt is real. And she works hard for that.
So when you inject in the butt, like, do you
inject in the butt?
It's like a superhero movie to where it's like you start
right,
and then you're turning into like Nutty Professor,
right?
Yeah.
Like how do they keep it in the butt? Like, what if it like leaked down to the leg? They're like, sorry, half your ass went to your right thigh.
Well, Kardashian money shouldn't be having that happen.
I guess
it's the rest of us that go to Tijuana and trust the doctor in the garage.
Yeah, like Kanye West's mom.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Donda.
That's what she did. And
to Tijuana, but she went to another country. Yeah.
Right. And you would think he would be able to afford the best.
Right. But it was when he was first coming up.
I know. But I mean, it's just like you'd think he'd not be into that vanity stuff, you know?
Right.
Like, so if Kim wanted to go get a procedure, he'd be like, why not just be you?
Or maybe he is into it because his mom was, and
No. I think he really regrets that
she did that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Like, was it worth it, Mom? You know, like, of course not. You're not here. You can't see my kids grow up.
It sucks because she probably would have lived and just been in regular mom mode if he hadn't become famous. But when he became famous, then she became wealthy. So she's like, well, I may as well get a little surgery. Maybe I can get a finer dude.
I think that's what it was.
Right.
And sometimes you're the bad odd.
Right.
You know, like,
so it happens.
You're the bad statistic, and it sucks.
That sucks.
Yeah. But anyway, so I just think that Kim trying to say that it's definitely a harder experience with somebody carrying your kid. It's like,
that set you off, man. That set Kathie off.
And also just because of how she's been acting the past 9 months. She seems to be enjoying the fact that she's not pregnant.
Last time when she was pregnant, she was like flying everywhere to go feed her cravings. So she literally had a craving for these churros that they make in Paris.
Are you kidding me?
So she flew to Paris and she was eating all this food and stuff.
Stop it.
And to the point where she started getting so swollen, like in her ankles, like it was dangerous levels. Like the doctors were like, you have to stop pigging out. And she's like, oh, sorry.
No, Larry, it was the butt injection going down to her.
That's what it was.
Turn it up. Larry and Kathie's Blazing Hit Radio.
More music, less commercials.
In the middle of my dream, and my dreams.
What?
I'm another love with me.
Taylor Swift.
That's such a great song. I can't get it out of my head. I love that.
Never heard it.
Yeah, it's her new one, and she performed it on SNL, and it's a great record.
Yeah. I tend to fast forward through some of them.
Yeah, because, that's great.
You think? Speaking of performances.
What?
Drake. Man, he got mad at some lady trying to grope him while
really?
he was on stage. And
no, that's wrong.
What?
No, you're wrong.
What?
So he called out a fan who was groping a girl in the audience.
Oh, my bad. Regardless.
Yeah, but still, so it was a positive thing.
You can still grab Drake. He doesn't.
Yeah, you can still grab Drake.
I was wondering why he told a woman, "I'll beat the crap out of you."
Yeah, I've told women that have grabbed my junk.
And now,
I know you guys are gonna photograph me. I know it makes a cool photo. I got a cool ass car. You know, I got a dope ass outfit on. It's all good.
Celebrity Trash Bash.
With Larry, Kathie, and Wiggins.
here's Kathie J.
So, you remember that movie Home Alone 2? Christmas is around the corner. You usually watch Home Alone and then
watch Home Alone 2.
Right.
And then it's hard because you're like, Home Alone's the classic, but there are great parts of 2.
Yeah. And Home Alone 2 is the one where he goes to New York City.
And it's ruined by Donald Trump being in it.
I forgot he was in that.
Is he in it?
Yeah, because he runs into Kevin McAllister in that hotel. And because it was his hotel
At the
that they were
time.
filming. So he's like, I got to be in the movie. And they're like, yes, Mr. Trump.
Right.
And Rob Schneider's in it.
Yeah.
Which is just like
Which
he's all
one's
young.
Rob Schneider?
He's like the bellboy.
Oh,
Remember?
that's right.
And Kevin tips him in fruit stripe gum.
That's
Yeah.
right. And he's like, thanks.
He's all, the flavor leaves in 2 seconds. Why do they even make this ish?
I know, right?
Right.
But I would still, I mean,
Oh,
you
I
go-
loved that gum.
The zebra gum?
Sometimes you can see it in stores and you you buy it and
No,
it
wait,
smells so amazing.
You're saying juicy fruit, my bad.
Fruit stripe.
No, fruit stripe. The zebra.
zebra gum. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
okay.
Zebra.
Yeah, no.
Zebra.
Zebra.
The zebra.
No, you can still find it. They still have it.
Really?
Yeah, and it still only lasts 5 seconds.
I just remember you'd put it in your mouth and it was never like a soft piece.
Right.
So it would always
mine were always like super
were they?
soft.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it just every flavor just
just
tasted
good.
like limey and lemony.
Yeah,
and
no, it was
cherry.
It's the best explosion of flavor.
for 5 seconds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for 5 seconds.
Weren't they tattoos? Weren't the
Oh, yeah.
rappers tattoos too?
Tattoos
Yeah.
that come in the wrapper.
Yeah, which was probably not like edible.
Not safe
yeah,
for us to be eating. Well, the Plaza Hotel in New York that you were just talking about
For Home Alone.
is holding a contest in conjunction with the 25th anniversary of Home Alone 2.
Way to make everybody feel old, Kathy.
Well, it's a Christmas movie, so we all watch it every.
I know.
Yeah,
I hate those
regardless of
reminders.
How old it is.
Right, because it's just a matter of time before they're like, the first Avengers movie's like 10 years old.
Yeah,
Right.
You're gonna be like, what?
But it's called the Kevin McAllister Experience.
Oh, cool.
And you can register to win it. They're gonna totally.
You probably get all the Sunday stuff.
Yes, you're
You
gonna
probably get that like blown up clown that he put in the shower. Yeah.
That was in his house at home.
No, he
The
had
clown was with him
He had
in
the
okay.
inflatable one for the shower in the hotel.
I just want to be able to go to that toy store, FAO Shorts.
Oh, right.
And do it. Yeah.
I've been
run
to that
around
toy
there.
store.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I when I was a kid, I got a toy there. I was pretty excited. It was the FAO Schwartz in San Francisco.
I was there. Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. The Weeknd and Bella Hadid. Sources say they're back together.
Oh, really?
So Selena and Weeknd.
Oh,
totally-
that was good then, because you could tell he still wasn't over her when he was dating Selena.
Yeah.
He was all mad about stuff.
Yeah, he really was. And I mean, she is stunning.
Oh, no.
Bella Hadid is. I think she's prettier than her sister Gigi.
No, The Weeknd is killing it.
Yeah, no, he's getting
He just
all the
needs to
girls.
hit Ariana Grande, and then that's the trifecta.
Sources are saying that The Weeknd didn't love that Selena and Justin started hanging out again. He was a bit bitter and jealous, so he made the reach out to Bella, and apparently sources say it was easy. She missed him as well, so
Oh, wow.
they were hanging out again. She's not dating anyone. The Weeknd is somebody familiar with her, and she cares about him, and he cares about her. Not sure if it'll become serious, but they are spending time together while they're in the same city.
Yeah, it's like nice to have a blank buddy.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, for sure. And
you
it's
don't know
like,
who you can trust if you're famous like they are, but
For
they know
sure.
they can trust each other.
and they know that they enjoyed the sex with each other.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't tell me that the Weeknd isn't like, hey, we should definitely get back together and have some sex.
Right, but his hair down there looks like that rooster hair that he had.
Then that's
Wow.
not good. That's
Yeah,
not
that's
good.
real weird.
That is unkept, my
Right.
friend.
You
Or is it
ruin
super
songs.
kept?
You ruin celebrities.
He's all
Yeah,
crotches.
Yeah.
He's all, I used to like the Weeknd's crotch. Now it's weird
now
to me.
it's ruined because you talked about his hair. Okay, so Drake. Let's listen to him call out a fan, like Wiggins said, who was groping women during Drake's show.
Okay. Wow, so. Oh, that's kind of cool.
Okay, so what he's saying in the video, so it's a post-concert performance in Australia.
Yeah, it was kind of a small venue.
Small little club
You think of like Cervantes or something like that. It was kind of exactly like that.
Yep, so Drake noticed this guy groping women in the bar that he was performing in, and he went off. You hear Drake say, if you don't stop touching girls, I'm going to come out there and blank you up.
He's like, that's how we do in Australia, mate.
Yeah.
We're allowed here.
Well, Foster's Australia for sexual harassment.
Exactly.
Now that's a booby.
Honk, honk. And then he said again, if you don't stop putting your hands on girls, I'm going to come out there and blank your ass up.
He's like, I would love to meet you. So
I know,
he continued to touch girls' boobs.
He just threw as fast as he could.
Exactly. And here comes Drake.
Come on, bro, bring it on.
You get 1 second for the selfie before Drake punches you.
And speaking of touching, Terry Crews was on Good Morning America yesterday.
I saw that clip.
Did you?
Yeah, it's like kind of crazy that anybody would be so bold, not only like in public and to a straight guy, but to a straight guy that's that big.
Yes,
like,
and that
muscular,
like, right?
And like that's bold.
It's so bold. Like we all saw Terry Crews when he was in Friday after he got out of prison. You don't mess with that guy.
Hell no.
We're at an event with Adam Sandler. Now, this is the thing. I did not know this man. The first time I ever actually had an interaction with him was at this event. And I'm looking at him, and he's basically staring at me, and he's sticking his tongue out, and it's overtly sexual kind of tongue moves. And I'm sitting there like, it's a party, it's packed, the whole thing, and I'm looking like, is this a joke? I mean, I don't understand. It was actually so bizarre. And he keeps coming over to me. He comes over to me. I stick my hand out, and he literally takes his hand and puts it and squeezes my genitals. And I'm jump back like, hey. And he's like, and he's still licking his tongue out and all this stuff. Wow. And I go, dude, what are you doing? What are you doing? And then he comes back again. And he just won't stop. And then I really got forceful.
He's like Cat Williams.
He bumps into all the other party goers, the whole thing, and he starts giggling and laughing. I have never felt more emasculated, more objectified. I was horrified. It's so bizarre. I wake up every morning wondering, did this really happen?
You know, it's crazy. So that was just him meeting Kevin Spacey. You know what? Remember we were talking about how if you're not ready for it, how you're caught off guard and you don't know how to react sometimes?
Yes.
Yeah, just like the Taylor Swift butt grab.
Yes, it's like, what? This is in public. What is happening there now?
Right. So, like, I could see how sometimes, like, I bet in his mind he's thinking, why didn't I punch that guy?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But you're so caught off that now he wakes up every morning like, I should have punched that guy.
He said he literally, since that happened, he does wake up every morning and think, did that happen? And then he runs through scenarios of what he should have done.
It's kind of his fault for having such great junk.
Here you go. Just like when you say it's your fault for wearing that short skirt.
Hey, did I mention he was wearing Speedo boy shorts at a regular party where everybody was fully dressed? But
you know what?
And he was thinking dirty things, and he had one of those rings on.
Well, then I don't know if I could not grab it. I would have to grab it. Is this real?
I just can't help but thinking that Friday after next when Terry Crews is going after Cat Williams,
and he was
it's
relentless.
Like the reverse role of all that.
And he had the phone books duct taped to his torso. And then Cat Williams was like, I am a boy, or I am a man. Right? It was hilarious. And speaking of all the sexual harassment and women finally being able to put their foot down, I told you yesterday, the Gal Gadot.
Right.
Godot, whatever. She wanted Brett Ratner out of the Wonder Woman sequel,
right,
costing him millions of dollars. He's out. She confirmed it on the Today Show. She said, everybody knew that was the right thing to do. A lot's been written about my views and the way I feel, and everyone knows that the way I feel is because I'm not hiding anything. But the truth is, there's so many people involved in making the movie. It's not just me. They all echoed the same sentiments. You know?
Okay, so here's this funny thing. So Kathy and I already saw Justice League.
Yes.
So we can't give anything away.
Can't.
But we are going to talk about this thing.
Yes.
But we're not getting very specific.
Okay.
But now you
careful.
know. No, I'm not.
Okay.
But,
Now I know why you were busting up laughing.
about that one scene.
Because when it happened, I was like, God, that was funny.
Exactly.
That's exactly what Larry was talking about.
Exactly, because it throws you off, and you're like, huh. And then you're all, bah!
That's exactly it.
Okay, that's all we can tell you.
That's all we can tell you.
That's a good
Justice
lead-in.
League opens tonight, everybody.
Yeah.
Tomorrow? Oh, tonight at midnight.
Tonight at midnight.
Which
Oh,
is tomorrow.
Well,
Yeah.
either way,
Right.
I definitely want to see it again.
It was good.
Break it down.
Blazing Hit Radio. First thing in the morning.
In the car on my way to work.
This right here is how we do it.
Blazing It Radio, Larry Uliberry, Kathie J. Wiggins. It's Thursday. That means tomorrow's Friday.
Yay.
And Justice League starts tonight at midnight if anybody wants to go.
Oh my
Just call
God.
me.
Right.
I would totally go.
Has that had a huge pre-sale? You know how some of those movies sell out online,
I'd
tickets ahead of time? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah,
I mean, because at the premiere, it was geeked out. Like, their nerds found their way to win those tickets and stuff.
Yeah.
Because people were like, yay! Yay! Batman!
Yeah.
Although I will say this, at the premiere I was at, so I sat down, I was with people I knew on the left, sat down next to strangers on the right.
Okay.
It's two dudes. I sit down and they're totally comic book. I could just tell that they were fans. Okay.
Geeking out.
Right. So I was like, introduced myself and I was like, I'm pretty excited about this. And he was like, me too. I just want you to know I'm probably going to
Nerd out.
yeah, and blah. And I was like, cool, because I might too. It's Wonder Woman.
Right.
Plus, I love the Justice League.
Right.
So anyways, everything's cool. And so the first couple of scenes, like when Wonder Woman comes on, she kills it.
Yeah, she literally busts through.
Right. Like it's so awesome. And so I literally went, yeah. And the dude, the nerd in front of me goes, shh. So I thought I was cool because the dudes next to me were all cool. And I got shushed by a nerd that obviously lives in his mother's basement and he's over 30.
Right.
In front of me. And I was like, are you kidding me? Why are you here? And so then, there's a lot of funny jokes and I would laugh
and it's
out
not
loud.
it's not like you're if you were talking and trying to cause a conversation or getting on your phone, that's when you shush somebody. You don't shush somebody for cheering their hero.
Right, exactly. It made me feel like that time we were on the Harry Potter ride and you made fun of me for getting excited and yelling out loud that we were on the Harry Potter ride.
What happened?
We were on the Harry Potter ride. Remember we started the broomstick one in Hogwarts? And we were
that
flying.
gave you motion sickness.
Right, I totally got sick. We were flying through the Whomping Willows and I was like, yeah! And when we got off the ride, you were like, you don't have to yell your excitement through the ride. And I was like, it was something about the fact that you made fun of me that I geeked out on the ride of Harry Potter.
Wow, and you've carried it this long.
It was the same exact feeling the dude gave to me in the
It's very therapeutic in the mornings here because we can get
I guess.
2 years of resentment.
I'm just saying, I remember getting off the thing going, I'm going to vomit. That ride, they have a vomit room.
Right.
Oh, I
because
didn't know
many
that.
people get sick on it.
Does it smell?
It's where all the skinny girls that work there work.
Yeah.
Well, I covered the vomit room today. I pigged out last night.
Oh my God.
That's not cool.
That's not cool.
So I didn't mean to shame you, nerd
Oh, no,
girl.
I'm just saying, it was,
Brought that up. That was a long time
I guess
ago.
it was a deep wound.
Okay, how about this? You also did it to me on the Transformer ride.
Okay.
When we rode the Transformer ride.
Wow.
We got off and you were like, you started mocking me. Yeah, Optimus Prime, I'll go with you anywhere.
Okay, the thing is, understand that Kathy and I have worked together so long that we're basically siblings.
Totally
So,
siblings.
yeah, I'm going to always punch her in the arm and tell her when she acts stupid. And you know what? It's all the time.
I was going to say, it's all the time.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you want to go hang out with brother and sister today at the Green
Yes,
Solution, you definitely
come see
can. It's
us.
the second annual food drive with the Green Solution and Blazing Hit Radio.
Yeah, we're raising food for people to have for Thanksgiving. So please come by noon to 2 and bring us non-perishables. If you bring 10 or more, you'll get $10 off your purchase.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty good deal.
$15 or more.
Right.
Right, and it's a coupon, so you don't have to use it right away. You have between now and the end of the year.
For sure. So come hang out with us, and a lot of people are showing up, and we really appreciate it because, the more people we feed, the better we're going to feel,
Yes.
66th and Federal. You can text the word food to 303-728-3420. and you'll get a bounce back with Google Maps and more info about where you guys are going to be tomorrow.
If you bring 50 cans or more, I'll take you to cheerleaders across the street and buy you a beer.
You know what? You really would. I swear to God, if someone really bought 50, he wouldn't go in there just because he doesn't want to see it. But
I've been in strip clubs before. There's no safer place for me.
I was going to say, yeah, but I would think you'd hate it. You'd be like, too much fish realness.
Are you kidding? It's the best place to meet guys that aren't allowed to touch those girls. I mean, my car's outside. We can get this done.
You're all, you can touch me.
Right. I'll touch you.
Oh, man. So did you see Donald Trump?
Oh, my God. This is so funny. He got we've all been in the situation where you get cotton mouth.
Yes.
Especially you.
Yeah,
well, no.
Right.
But sometimes it's epic, cotton mouth. I would say, emergency cotton mouth where there's not a drop of liquid in your mouth.
Right.
You literally can't the words can't form because it's a desert.
Right. Like your mouth is slowly stalling.
Right. Exactly. And the two places that would be worst to ever happen would be a cop that just pulled you over and in front of live TV.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Because if a cop pulls you over and all of a sudden you can't talk, he's like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, oh, well.
Oh, the old cotton mouth.
Cotton mouth, huh? What have you been doing?
To the point where I thought Trump maybe had smoked.
Announced investments in the United States worth more than $8 billion, 17,000 jobs.
1,000.
Huh. They don't have water. That's okay.
His mouth is dying.
What?
It's on the right, idiot.
The way he drank the water was so weird. He put his mouth down and then tilted his head back.
Right, he tilted his head back and the whole bottle.
Yeah.
What's funny is
the smallest sip, I would have taken
Japanese manufacturers, Toyota and Mazda.
And then he went back to it, but he didn't really put enough liquid in his mouth because a minute later he needed to put more liquid in his mouth. But the ironic, funny part of this whole thing is that when he was vying for president
on the campaign trail, again with
all the other guys, you remember him calling everybody out and calling them names
when there was 12 of them.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, he was Marco Rubio had to go on live television to have a reply to the Democratic statement or whatever.
Okay.
And so Rubio goes on live TV and completely does the same thing. He runs out of liquid in his mouth and he has to reach over and somebody hands him a water and he takes a sip.
Okay.
And then he got back to his speech.
And you don't think it's a big deal?
No. It could happen to anybody. But Trump then went on to attack Rubio for it.
When they put Marco on to refute President Obama's speech, do you remember that catastrophe? And he's like this, and we will, I need water, help me, I need water, help. And this is on live television. This total joke artist.
He's throwing water around, he has water in his hand, yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. That's what he's doing, that's why the crowd's going nuts.
Rubio!
And he threw water out of the bottle on the floor.
Wow.
So it's just so funny because karma is a real thing. It actually happens.
Right.
Yeah, it was awesome just to see that because right as it's happening, Rubio's watching. And because he immediately tweeted Trump after.
Did he? What did he say?
He was like, oh, I guess it's your turn. He's like,
how's it feel?
Right. He was like, it happens to the best of us. He's like, you did all right. You know what I mean?
Oh, so he was nice. He was polite.
Right. Because they're still in the same party. He can't be a total jerk to him.
Right.
And so he's like, something about take a bigger drink next time.
Well, Donald Trump had tweeted out, and this was on February 13th. He said, next time Marco...
President Trump didn't have to eat his words. He had to...
Stupid CNN.
I love her.
She is a weird...
I know, but
like
she's
that
a staple.
She's like the CNN Dandaroo.
For real.
But she said, Donald Trump said on February 13th, next time Marco Rubio should drink his water from a glass as opposed to a bottle would have been much less negative impact. And then another tweet said, this was November 9th, 2015, Marco Rubio couldn't even respond properly to President Obama's State of the Union speech without pouring sweat and chugging water. He choked.
Wow.
I know. What a jerk. What's really funny is they're pointing out that Rubio drank water from America. Trump drank Fiji water. Which is imported, which is probably where they make his ties.
Right.
So Marco Rubio, Larry, you talked about his tweet. His tweet last night said, similar, but needs work on his form. He has to be done in one single motion, and eyes should never leave the camera, but not bad for his first time.
Right.
Yeah, why was he nice?
Because they're on the same party.
Okay, but he said so much about him. He's turning the other cheek, being a good guy.
I know. That was your chance to go, how does it feel?
Yeah, right, exactly. I would have been like, oh, look looks like somebody should have shut his mouth a while ago.
Right, but he's, he can't say that about the president of his party.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Oh, I feel like Frank and I are going to get in a fight later.
Frank's far right, Kathie's far left. The makeup sex is amazing.
I bet you Frank doesn't care that he drank water.
Right.
That he did that to Marco Rubio.
Right, oh no, for sure.
Well, we need to have a frank discussion here.
Right, for sure.
You're streaming Larry and Kathie's Blazing Hit Radio.
And now it's time for a frank discussion with Kathie's alter ego, Frank.
Frank! How's it going, everybody?
Good, man. Hey,
Good. Hey, man. Happy, it's almost Friday, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
You saw Trump. He kind of got cotton mouth there. And
totally, yeah,
right.
I saw that. It happens to the best of us, right?
Well, I mean, it's kind of karma for the way he kind of thrashed Rubio for running out of liquid.
It is what it is, Larry.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, it's
as you
karma.
take a swig of water, Frank.
That's exactly what I'm doing. See how you do that? A man. Trump's a man. He wasn't embarrassed to take a swig of water in public.
Yeah, neither was Rubio.
Him. No, he sure wasn't. But here's the thing. Trump lives like every moment. He doesn't have time to reflect on the past. He doesn't have time to care about what people are thinking. You go with what is in the moment, and then you just keep moving.
Whatever that meant, Frank. Okay, listen.
It means that when Rubio did his thing, he was trying to fight him, and he was trying to beat him. So, of course, you got to beat the little guy down. It was easier than we thought it was going to be, right? I mean, come on.
Listen,
all
Frank,
the candidates, really.
I know in your mind that everybody loves Trump, and not everybody loves Trump, just so you know.
I think people secretly are happy he's there. Okay. Other than the other guys, draining the swamp. You see everybody's corrupt. Well, we got Trump in there. He's not a politician. He is making his way.
Yeah, well, that's the whole problem. He doesn't know what he's doing, and it's okay.
I disagree, Larry. I think he knows what he's doing.
Well, if he knows what he's doing, then I think that he's starting to get stressed out because that Russia thing's all closing in on him.
Oh, my God. I'm so sick of this Russia thing. Who cares? Who cares, really?
Well, they're communists.
Can we just move past something?
We can't collude with an enemy.
Okay.
And they're
who says they're an enemy? They were an enemy about 30 years ago.
They're still an enemy. I don't know if you know communism versus freedom, but we're free here, and they're not.
I know.
And did you know in the year 2000, Russia had like 4 or 5 TV networks, and now they only have 1. And that's exactly what Donald Trump wants to do. He wants to shut the networks down and take their licenses, the people that report the news that's real, that he calls fake news, and he wants to shut them up. He would love to live in a world where there was only one channel, Fox News.
Frank, you've riled Larry up, Frank.
Here's the thing. Is it that, Larry, or is it the fact that everyone recycles the fake news, so we need to rely on just one good source?
Okay, listen, you can go all
I know,
far
I'm
right
just
you
saying,
want.
Larry, I'm just saying the Russia thing doesn't bother me.
Yeah, of course it doesn't, because you love the guy. But let me just tell you this.
Okay, what?
Kathy hates him.
Oh, I know she hates him.
Yeah, so I hope Kathy's inside kicking your internal testicles.
She's tried to choke me out while I'm sleeping. That's how much Kathie hates me.
Right, and then you've tried to choke her out during sex.
Right. Yeah, she hates that. God, she hates that. You're too hard. Stop it. I can't breathe. Whatever.
So you're choking yourself? Is that what's going on, Frank?
I don't know what you're talking about, Wig. Man, he always wants to get too visual with it. It's like he's got a crush on me.
Well, I have a man crush on you, Frank.
Thanks,
for
man.
sure.
Thanks, Larry.
Yeah,
I mean, we just don't talk politics.
We don't, and we don't talk religion because you're a total Mormon and I am non-religious.
Well, a Mormon, got a couple girls.
Right.
The downside is I got 19 kids.
Right.
But I had a couple girls to get those kids.
Frank has
I'm the man in the Mormons.
Super sperm.
Super sperm, that's right.
Yep.
I can just look at a girl.
And get her pregnant.
I'm getting her pregnant.
How do you think Kathie got pregnant? Frank looked at her from inside.
Wasn't Mr. Efficient, I'll tell you that much.
No, I'm telling you, those kids look like you.
I was with Kathie a lot more than Mr. Efficient was. Yeah, that's true. That's so true. There were weeks I was like, wow, Mr. Efficient hasn't had any. But I've had it like 8 times.
So do you have any issue with the fact that Trump says that if he wasn't married, he'd be dating his daughter?
Have you seen Ivanka? She's pretty hot, okay? Like, the lady's a class act, okay?
Yeah, I guess how do you resist that?
I don't blame him. I mean, come on now.
You're gross, Frank.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, you asked, Larry. I was just answering.
This is why we don't talk politics,
That's
Frank.
exactly why.
And this has been a frank discussion.
Larry, you were really getting riled up by Frank
Larry,
there,
you
man.
really got mad at
you were
Frank.
getting really angry.
I know, but that's what happens. That's what they say. Don't talk with your friends about politics. And I love Frank.
I love Frank. He's, you know, like,
He's a
you know,
great
he
guy.
means well.
Right.
Yeah.
But there's just, and he's always telling me, I don't care about Russia. He's always saying that.
When I first met Frank and we were hanging out, he would say like things that were definitely like not cool against gay people because he didn't know I was gay at first.
Right.
So Frank would always be like, "Oh, gay is blah blah blah." And
Right.
I eventually was like, "Yo, Frank, I'm gay," and he was like, he freaked out.
And then you guys made out.
No, he thought I was like, he was like every other straight guy. He's like, "Hey, as long as some gay guy doesn't try to hit on me," and I was like,
Right.
"Nobody wants your junk, Frank."
Right, you did point that out.
Yeah, I was like, nobody's hitting on you.
I think that hurt his feelings.
Right.
But he needed to hear it.
Right.
Just
Every
'cause you're
straight guy's
around-
like, "Oh, they
Right.
think every gay guy wants them." It's like, ooh, not so much.
Exactly. Just because you're around a gay guy, Frank, doesn't
Right.
mean he's going to go after you. I mean, because I've taken Frank to tracks with me.
Oh, for sure.
You know, and Frank gets a lot of, love and hugs from the gay guys.
Right, and I called him on that, and he was like, "Fake news,
Right.
fake news."
Yeah, like you had no
Right.
proof.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
my question is, does this mean technically that Frank has slept with your husband, Chris?
No, I don't know. How long has
wait a
Frank been
minute.
inside of you, Kathy?
Frank's been here a long time.
So you mean there was even a troubled teen Frank?
His name was Frankie.
Right. And you know what? My husband was like, sometimes Kathy's really good at special kisses, but sometimes she's really good at special kisses. Frank's like, "I got this.
Get out of the way, bitch."
Man, don't talk about Frank like that. He'll come back.
Oh, no. If you say his name 3 times, he appears.
It's funny you say that about the way you got into it about we don't talk politics with Frank.
Right.
Because people are saying that it's the political climate that is going to be ruining their Thanksgiving next week.
Oh, for sure, because you're like, don't invite them. They voted for you-know-who.
Exactly.
And then they're like, don't invite them. They've supported what's-her-face.
Exactly.
Right.
Right. And so much so that it's going to make us spend at least a half hour less at our Thanksgiving dinners.
That's so funny.
You know, Thanksgiving is the time that you're supposed to be around your family.
Yeah.
Right.
You haven't seen them because everybody's working. Everybody's got different schedules. Thanksgiving, most of us get it off except for retailers like my mom. And you spend time together.
Well, yeah, and like my stepdad and my brother-in-law, they're like Trump guys, you know?
Yeah.
And to the point where my brother-in-law in his garage, he has a picture of Trump hanging next to where he fries the turkeys. So when he pulls the turkey out, he holds it up to Trump's picture to see if it's the same golden orange.
That's how you test it,
right,
huh?
to see if it's ready.
It's presidential.
Right.
It's got the presidential seal.
It's ready. It's cooked.
Because I'm proud to be an American. 2 researchers ran a pretty in-depth study using people's cell phone location tracking from last Thanksgiving. They figured out politics are ruining the holidays. People who were from areas that voted Democrat spend an average of 20 to 30 minutes less at their relatives' houses in the Republican areas.
We'll just come by for dessert.
Okay, and people from Republican areas, even less. They spend 40 minutes less at their Democratic relatives' house.
Yeah, it's like, I left a pie at your door.
Right,
And then
exactly.
we just
So
drove
sorry
away.
we couldn't stay.
Right.
Bye-bye. And Thanksgiving dinners were 1.5 minutes shorter as well at the table.
Well, like, we'll have a big Thanksgiving family dinner, you know, even like I said, my brother-in-law and my stepdad, but we all get in our digs.
Yeah.
Like
Do
when it's time for the salad, I'll be like, Russian dressing, anyone? Russian dressing, Pat? Huh, Andy? Did you want some Russian dressing?
I'm sure, and they
And they'll
probably
be like,
laugh.
yeah,
Right. Hey, Larry, why don't you come over here and let me grab you by the...
Right.
Well,
Let
I mean,
me-
you don't have that,
Yeah.
but still, grab you down there. Terry Crews you.
Right.
Right.
Well, it is crazy
Let
when
me
you
grab your turkey neck.
Right.
when you're so passionate about one side or
Yes.
the other, you do just like Larry. Perfect example. Larry's getting really mad at Frank there,
Yeah.
and it wasn't even.
And we love Frank
Yeah.
loves Larry.
Right.
But there was a guy that, like I said that before, when I'm sitting next to this, waiting for my friend to come over to Buffalo Wild Wings so we can watch football, and the guy next to me is yelling at the TV, "Oh, screw that dude for kneeling," and like
right.
he's purposefully projecting himself so that he can make his opinion, and you're just sitting over there like, even if you have a different stance,
Yeah.
maybe you agree with him, you're just like, man, don't bring that stuff up
Right,
in here.
shut
like,
up.
you're
Don't
just-
ruin my
yeah.
time. I want to have some wings.
I can hardly wait till my stepdad or my brother-in-law does the toast for Thanksgiving, and then they get cotton mouth.
Yeah.
And then I'm just going to be sitting there.
Need water?
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna make
my
sure-
sister will be all nice and hand my brother-in-law water.
No, Larry, you can beat that. You can make sure that none of the water
Is anywhere near.
Yeah, that it's all been
Right.
cleared from the table.
Right, then somebody's going to have
Right.
to pour gravy in their mouth to get their sentence out.
How's it feel?
So hot.
Hot.
Is Frank coming to Thanksgiving?
I don't know. I don't know if I want Frank, like around the girls, burping, putting his hands down his pants.
Frank, if he comes by, he definitely has to use the basement bathroom.
Definitely, right. Because that one's
Feel the thunder
from down under.
Hey, it's Larry,
Kathy,
and Wiggins, and you're listening to Blazing Hit Radio.
I was so excited for Thanksgiving because I showed you guys a picture of what I'm eating, right?
Yes, and it does look delicious.
It's going to be so good.
Doesn't it look good?
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah.
I was
like a stuffed turkey breast.
He was showing you pictures off air.
Oh, right.
So I was scared to look at the iPad because I was like, this is another Larry trick.
Yeah, no, I totally get
He's
that.
also
Are you
excited.
talking about
Don't
this
look.
picture?
Don't look away.
I didn't look.
Good. I'm glad you didn't look.
This almost looks like a turkey with its legs up.
No, Larry.
It's a naked man.
You know what? I'm glad, Wiggins, that you don't walk around going, check out these boobs. Hey, you want to see this lower lady part?
Because he's into men.
No, I'm not.
Oh, so then shouldn't you be walking around talking about some boobies?
Well, that one listener said I should be dirty, but it's like, what am I going to do? Oh, I got nothing.
You know what? Yourself, you still have a guy's mind.
Yeah. No, but here's the thing. He's now a married man. I respect Wig because he's not that guy.
Oh, the me that was a pervert 10 years ago. That guy.
Right. I missed that guy.
Yeah, no.
That guy was fun.
Where is he?
Yeah.
He's married now.
He
and
died.
respectable.
Yeah. He had to die for me to be alive right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Wiggins, if he can peel a banana with his foot, imagine what else he could do.
I don't know. I mean, you could have had a career making millions, buddy.
Yeah.
He's like, I can put a condom on with my feet.
Yeah. Put my second toe up my butt.
Wow.
Okay, we didn't mean this to go erotic.
Yeah. Okay.
He's got a really long toe.
You're the one that just brought up the condom.
No, I was just saying it's a really long toe.
That caught me off guard. The fact that you said it out loud makes me think that you've thought about it.
No, I just think what I thought of was like, wouldn't that be that would be a funny, awkward position to have my foot just like
dude,
going on.
you would have to be like yoga for years to try to get in that position.
Now we know why his feet stink.
Yeah. No, they don't stink. I can't really do it, Larry.
Okay.
All right.
Well, you could to another person.
I wouldn't do it to another person.
That's called a toe job.
No.
Okay, you're a jerk.
Let's segue from this.
I'm all, come here, Kayla. Come here, babe.
Yeah, that's
No, she'll leave you.
So I did on the wedding night. I just sat on the bed, and then I told her to come here with my big second toe.
Yeah, it actually did the finger come
towards me.
We're about to have some fun.
Oh, yeah. No, she was an amazing athlete, and she probably still is. She played a little bit, but in high school, but she played soccer, and I don't know if her shoes were just so tight or if she just was playing all the time, but her toes kind of like curl over, like they're just like as if they're like soccer toes.
Okay.
Only once in a while, like when she's asleep, they'll be normal, but then when she's asleep, they like
are you kidding?
Like they look
she's
like
about
a flower.
To perch?
Yeah. Wiggins puts a perch underneath her and she sits on a broomstick all night.
But do you and Kayla? I mean, congratulations again on your new marriage. And stuff. How long have you been together?
3 months, 90 days.
Okay, no. Prior to that, years?
6 years.
Has it been 6 years?
Yeah, it's going on 6 years. We met in December of like 2011.
You know why she's the one?
Why?
Because she even liked Wig when he was a little chubby.
No, I was. That's when I was in shape, bro. She married me when I was chubby.
That's what I'm saying. That's why we like her, because she liked you, accepted you when you were chubby.
I just like rubbed my belly.
Right.
I remember she was like, please don't do that.
Yeah.
But do you guys ever fight?
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Oh, I guess.
You've had some good blowout fights?
No, she doesn't fight. So that's why it's a good thing, because it's like I'll get aggravated or whatever, and she's like, not going to talk about it. And then I'm just like, well, I guess I have to really self-analyze and see what I did wrong here. And try to argue with myself.
Well, the reason why I ask is because this new study came out, and the average couple argues 19 times a month.
Okay, does that include little tiny arguments? Because sometimes it's about just something little.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, let me tell you what.
Because if you're full blown arguing that many times
somebody.
a month,
I couldn't do it. That's
way.
Like what, 2/3 of the month you're arguing? No.
My thing is like nothing to me is better than like when you're like killing it at work and then you're the couple is in schmoopy mode.
Yes.
Like because sometimes, you get out of schmoopy mode because Chris can definitely like get on his man period or start turning into his mom and like being a nag or whatever.
Right.
But for the most part, like relationships go up and down. And so hopefully there's just more ups than there are downs.
Absolutely.
And I just love baby talk with him because that's when we're just in full bliss. You know what I mean? So if we keep baby talk, it's hard to argue about things.
Right.
If you're schmoopy talking all the time. But, you know, every couple's going to fight. The thing that's so funny to me is when we fight, Chris thinks we're the only couple that fight.
Right.
He doesn't realize that every other couple's fighting.
Well, now you can tell him there's a survey out. Average couple fights 19 times a month.
Wait,
so
that seems excessive.
He thinks you guys are the only couple that fight? Is that what
No, like when we get in a fight, like he'll be like,
here we go again.
Or just something like, you know, why can't we be like normal people? I'm like, every couple fights?
Yeah, right. But it depends. I mean, but it depends on the level of the fight. I don't see you guys ever go into the...
No. The most annoying it gets is when he's on his man period and where he's just like grumpy, or like sometimes he'll come home from a trip and like he'll just be like kind of a dick.
Right.
And like my thing is, wow, you were so nice to a whole plane full of strangers.
I know, totally.
And he's so accommodating to those people in first class.
Now he can
and now he comes home to unleash it on me. But I mean, that's just being in a relationship. And like I said, we have way more highs than there are.
Like, no.
Right.
Have you ever seen Chris and Larry fight? There's only one time I saw a huge fight between you guys, and we were at Disney, and Kay and I were just like...
we should leave.
Do we be right back with them to the hotel?
And the reason we did that is to show you what relationships are about. And that it's not always going to be all Magic Kingdom. And it's not always going to be fairies.
Thanks for the lesson.
You know what?
Ice cream cones.
If you do have a good balance of fighting and loving, I mean, that's the way, you know, fighting and then being nice, you know, like, I think it's healthy because it means that y'all are still passionate.
Right, for sure. The thing with Chris is, I swear to God, like, he gets so mad because I call him Trump. Because he talks his way out of every single thing, and he's so quick that he'll be like, you know, he'll like you'll sit there and like I'll lodge a very reasonable complaint about him, and I'll be like, you know, that sucks that you did this, and then immediately he'll like be like, well, what about you? Or he'll flip it to something, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm like, you're Trump. I was like, you didn't even take any responsibility for what I said. Now we're arguing about two other things. I was like, you're good. I tell him all the time, you wasted your talent. You should have been a lawyer because you are way too quick, and it's just unbelievable how nothing is ever his fault, or he can never accept responsibility. Thank God he's out of town and not listening.
You know what? I remember this from way back in the day when you two got into a fight and I was like the bystander listening, and Chris he's the first one to swing to another branch on the tree and start taking that fight.
Right.
He does not want to stay what the original topic was.
Well, and then like I'm hot-headed too, so it's like whatever.
Right.
But again,
19 times a month though.
Oh yes,
you, Larry.
I learned it from Wiggins.
Is that it? Well, they even broke it down as to where the most couples argue, like what states and stuff.
Okay.
I thought you meant like restaurant or the grocery store.
Right.
You know, Mr. Efficient and I, when we fight, that'd
be hard because you have kids.
Right. And
because
so
you'd be like, let's not do this now.
Our fights usually stem from both of us being tired and just stuff not working out in life. You know, like you're still like you're
just on the edge.
Yeah, right. Like money's not coming in, but we have, you know, these people that we're helping support or, you know, whatever. And so it turns into we don't talk.
Okay.
You know, and then because we can't, you know, we just...
You guys did that once, like 3 days without talking.
Yeah, we did go 3 days once. And
you don't want to go ballistic in front of the kids.
No, but yeah, we have yet to have big drag downs. We have to the point where Avery will be like, stop yelling.
Oh, that's cute.
I'm like, oh, I feel so bad. But for the most part, it turns into, and then the next morning, it's usually just, I'm sorry, I was in a bad mood last night, you know.
Chris and I, when we would like fight, like Yoshi at first thought like, oh my God, what's happening? And now Yoshi knows it's never directed at him.
Yeah.
Because he knows like right after the fight, and we all, what's up, buddy?
Right.
What's up, buddy?
He's like,
so yeah, he's like watching from a distance, like you were.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But every couple fights, right?
Yeah, so couples in Delaware argue the most.
Okay, that's weird.
Isn't that strange?
Okay.
Right. Guess how much they argue, the average couple in Delaware?
How often?
If the average couple in America is 19 times a month.
25.
73.
Oh my God! What's in the water in Delaware?
Well, I ain't going to Delaware,
right?
Not with your couple.
You would land and immediately get in a fight.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, hey, bitch,
Right.
what are you talking about? What did you call me? Oh yeah, you're just like your mother. What? Right.
Okay, so
This is your captain. We are now landing. Feel free to fight with your partner.
the person doing the study said, "I guess you got to find something to pass the time in Delaware." Other states where couples argue a ton: Rhode Island. Okay, which maybe you're arguing because you live in Rhode Island. Okay, Hawaii is on the list. Rhode Island and Hawaii, 47 arguments
Because you're stuck on an island.
No.
Yeah, you can't go anywhere.
You
can drive, but you're going to circle right back to your house.
Right, and it's always money issues that you fight about there because you're like, well, somebody had to buy the $8 milk because we live in Hawaii.
Exactly.
Whose idea was this?
Right. Oh, we wanted a better life. We wanted less stress.
You said there's no ghettos in Hawaii.
Vermont comes in on the list high with 39, which is crazy because
They have legal weed.
I think everybody'd be just a lot more chill. And Wyoming, right north of us, 34 arguments a month.
Are we on the list, or we didn't make?
We're kind of right in the middle.
Okay.
So the bottom states where couples argue the least: Alaska. Maybe it's because there's wide open space where you can really leave. Yeah. Oklahoma, which is crazy to me because I thought everybody in Oklahoma had a gun and was on edge.
Right.
So.
Well, and then it's like when you fight, like sometimes you can grab it before it goes into something.
Yes.
Like sometimes Chris and I start this fight, and I'll go, "Hey, we have the whole day together. I'm not going to fight with you all day.
Yeah,
like let's get along.
That's good.
Right. You can stop it.
Right. Like I don't want the whole day to end up like this.
I don't want
now.
to. Right. Because Chris is infamous. He's just like somebody else I know whose name rhymes with Higgins. They're all about the last word. So all of a sudden you'd be like, well, whatever.
Not Larry's fault.
Right. I was going to say, I know a guy named Ulibarri who's all about the last word.
I'm just saying Chris takes it to a whole nother level because it'll be just like, all right, fine, whatever. And then all of a sudden you'll just hear, you're like, oh my God, you're still going. You still had to say something. And then you're like, great.
He didn't say it to you, though.
No, I was like,
he's just blowing off steam. It's none of your business what he said, Larry.
But he say it where I could hear it. So then I was like, so you still had to say something. And he's like, oh, still had to have another
but
word.
You still have to say something because you can't just let it go.
You can't just let it go.
Can't just let it go. You have to keep saying
I'm just being a witness to the fact that you had the last word.
You have to keep calling him on it.
I'm
so
not
you
calling
have the
on it
last
because
word.
they're saying it purposely audible.
You
were saying it as the last stab. Why are you saying it then? Maybe you could just be quiet.
Okay, so it is your ego saying you have to call him on it.
It's not me because
you could say,
I'm not calling on
go on your way, say whatever you want under your breath, mumbo jumbo mumble.
But you have to.
You have to be the one
because
that says,
they want you to hear it. So then, all of a sudden, they're like, a-hole. And then you're like, a-hole? All right, so of course I'm going to clap back to a-hole.
No, you can let it go because you know that you guys are going to...
I am not Elsa. I cannot let it go.
So I'm glad you finally admitted that.
Go.
That'll be $10 of service fee.
Oh, now we're going to get in a fight. Hold back anymore.
Do you realize...
Go.
Truly, you could let it go.
Oh man, this perfect girl is gone.
When you're fighting, I'm sorry, I think it's human nature to walk away and mumble stuff under your breath.
Light of day, let the storm rain on. Kathie always bothers me every way.
This is Larry and Kathie's Blazing Hit Radio.
Live from the Mile High City.
Blazing music.
Blazing It Radio, Larry Ulibarri, Kathie J, and Wiggins. You can text us on the YOLO phone line anytime, 303-728-3420.
YOLO rum phone line.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You always say the YOLO phone line. It sounds like a suicide hotline.
Sorry.
And that
you only live once hotline.
Right. Hey, what'd you do?
Yeah, that's the line you call just to get something off your chest. You're like, I love men.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my God. Oh, so real quick update.
Oh, did I remind you of something?
I guess you did. I was about to say, Larry, you always think that, but maybe it's a good thing.
There's always a minor speed bump, just always, technically speaking. And so with the Google app that's been approved and is in the store, and you can actually find it and download it,
Yay.
it was supposed to merge over so it would be an automatic update. And the company knew about it, and they're working on it. Something happened on Google's end. Something always happens, but Working on it. If you want to go download the new app, you can. There's a beta app in there in the Play Store, and you can get the new app. But just know that eventually it's going to merge.
For what it's worth, my cousin, she listens on her Droid and to the old app and still hears us fine.
Tina?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I owe her a call. She texted me and asked me to leave her a voicemail. It's Christopher Walken.
She must have thought it was good.
Well, she said Wes, her husband, looks like him, and so she wanted to have
that to play
She needs
to him.
you to talk while she looks at him.
Yeah, right. Okay, so on the text line, people are talking. There's so many texts coming in, so I'm sorry if I don't read all of them.
Right. I went through a bunch of them yesterday and tried to hit up everybody.
So this is
someone texted Larry back or on the line and said, I'm asleep. And then Larry goes, my bad, a smiley face.
Oh, did you, like,
or a Z face.
You happened to text them when they were sleeping.
Right, for sure, because I thought, like, oh, man, this must have just come in.
Yeah, no. So this one, earlier we were talking about your cousin and your Uncle Danny.
Oh, right. Because, she worked at a topless club.
Yeah.
And so it was weird enough that my cousins were going to watch her dance.
Yeah.
But then her dad showed up, so that was just kind of awkward.
And you said Uncle Danny tipped her.
Probably. I mean, just because how could you be a dad and not support your child at their job?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right,
So it's like you're going to go
right.
there and tip some other girl where she needs the dough. That's your daughter, god darn it.
Get in there. So Julia from Thornton says, Larry, you and I must have the same cousin. I had a cousin that danced at cheerleaders, and her dad went and watched her also.
Listen, we've all had a cousin that danced at cheerleaders, and all of their dads went and watched.
That's my girl.
Right, that's my girl.
You know, Trump would be like, Ivanka, if that's what you want to do, I will support you.
Totally, yeah, he would. And I'll be there in the
Make
front
it
row.
rain.
Yeah, you should do videos. The memory I have of cheerleaders is my cousin. When my mom told me to go pick up my cousin from her job on Thanksgiving. Okay.
Right, because you're like, you still got to eat.
You still got.
Right.
Somebody wants to leave their family and go to a strip club on Thanksgiving. So I think I was only a teenager, and I went rolling in there all excited.
I'm picking up my cousin.
Right. She says I was really hoping to catch her in some dancing shoes that had fish in the heels. That wasn't real, but it was
That's
funny
hilarious.
picking her up.
Yeah, there's a meme that was on that I put. I saw it on Instagram yesterday, and it was Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck, and they were walking in a house. And their eyes were bloodshot red. And the meme says, when you and your cousin go for a walk on Thanksgiving. That's like the best thing ever. Because you come in the house.
That's exactly what it would be.
Exactly. And you don't want to offend grandma and all those people. So you go for a walk.
Right.
And then you come back and you're in the best mood ever.
Right.
And all that food's ready to go.
Well, and that's the first thing you go to. You don't even talk to anyone.
You just go right for the food. This one says, I can't stand Kim Kardashian.
Yay.
I've never been pregnant myself, but the comment that she made makes me want to punch her in the face and throat.
Yeah, well, you can try it because I have a lot of security.
Yeah, you do.
If you want to punch somebody, punch Rob. You won't get your fist back.
Oh my God, we should talk about that fight. Did you see that fight?
But wait, I have to get to one more.
Okay.
So glad you're back, says another one. And then this one is, good morning, everybody. Kathie, I love you, but.
I love your butt.
No, I love you, but.
I love you, but.
I'm not sticking up for Kim, but I wouldn't know how it feels. But I think her shower was more of an introduction to her perfume launch, and Nikki Ass's fake as blank. Everybody knows that.
Oh, that they're blank.
Oh,
they're
Nikki's
fake.
butt is fake because I said Nikki's was real.
Right.
Okay. I was wondering why, because I was like, I agree with what she's saying. Why did she feel that she wasn't agreeing with me? I love you, but.
What's crazy is that she did launch her perfume, and in the first day made $10 million.
$10 million
off some perfume
for those dumb crystals.
Right. It looks like a really cool bottle that it comes in, though.
Yeah, I know.
It looks like the Superman crystal.
I went back. I was listening to the show yesterday afternoon because it replays, and it was when we were talking about it. And I said her perfume was designed after her robbery in Paris.
Right, when I said, yeah, this fragrance just punches you right in the face, steals your jewelry.
I heard that, yeah.
Throws you in the tub.
Right, and then there's one piece of duct tape to shut you up. Because she's like, please.
Oh, yeah.
And we can make fun because she obviously lives.
She's okay.
Right. She's okay.
She's okay.
And, laughing about things makes you stronger.
Yeah, for real, right? You got to learn
Have a sense of humor.
Yeah, totally.
Especially when you're that family.
Yeah.
And your mom's a giant, tall lady with a gold medal.
They don't even talk to her.
I know. I live on a mountain house by myself.
Yeah, you are secluded.
And I put ads in the magazines.
For what? Oh, for a date? What are you looking for?
African American.
Yeah, just like the rest of them.
Just like the rest of them, and nobody can hear me moaning on this mountaintop.
Okay.
What's your description of yourself when it asks, like,
a
little bio?
long-legged lady with a relatively new girl part. Taken for a test bin, only has 100 miles on it.
All right, bye, Caitlin.
Bye.
Bye. Okay. Jesus.
Oh, man.
Blazing Hit Radio.
Okay, now the fight. Now we can go to the fight.
Oh, yeah, no, we can play that. I was just asking if you guys saw it.
Oh,
or
no. The thing is, I actually saw it without it being blurred like they do on TV because
I'm sad I didn't get to see that.
I'm friends with the mom of one of those girls on Facebook. So the mom had posted it right there, and she said that it was an attack, a hit on her girl, on her daughter, because everybody started videotaping before it happened. So her daughter was walking toward the bus stop, and everybody whipped out their phones because they knew it was going down.
Are you kidding? That word travels fast when there's going to be a fight.
Oh, no, for sure. And like at the end of that fight, did you see in the street, it was all like hair.
Oh,
like piles of hair.
You know, that's what that generation does, though. It's like, but every generation does
I was to say there's always a fight.
When Thornton High School and Thornton Middle School connect with this bridge,
the
right?
bridge that goes over it.
And so
over Washington.
There was this fight. This was like a mini Mayweather McGregor fight, right?
Whoa.
To where it was being hyped up. Like, after school, they're going to go there. Like,
oh my God, you're right. You know, I got 5 on it.
Yeah.
It's like that movie with Ice Cube and what's his name?
The substitute teacher.
Right.
And he's like, I'm going to fight you after school.
Yeah.
And then that guy, like in that, because I just watched it, he literally calls 911 and he's all, I'm at school and this teacher wants to fight me. And the 911 operator is that, I think she was Jack A.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it's yes.
And she goes, well, if you're having a problem with the bully, you're going to have to talk to a teacher. He's all, well, I am a teacher. And she's all, and then he's all, well, can't you help me? She's all, go ahead and take that ass whooping.
Yeah. Well, it was kind of like that. So everyone was hyping this up. I don't remember what escalated, but it escalated over time. And finally, it just was like a scheduled fight, right?
Right.
So everyone crosses the bridge from the high school. There's about 50 people.
And
crossing the bridge.
There's one cheerleader slut holding up round one. Ding, ding. Yeah.
Okay, so they had teachers and stuff had to notice a group of 50
kids.
Well,
it's after school, so they're just thinking kids are crossing over the bridge.
Get off of school property.
Yeah. They walk over.
They're gonna
walk over
tonight.
Yeah, we're all snapping our fingers.
We're gonna bowl
we're gonna make it happen.
tonight.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah. We're gonna rock. We're gonna roll. We're gonna bop. We're gonna brawl.
Yeah, and so we go by Thornton Middle down to Thornton Elementary. And at this time, there's a parking lot there that was just empty.
Yeah,
so
right.
everyone goes in there, and it's like
and
this whole circle forms. Tumbleweeds blowing by.
Totally. Everybody's silent, pulling out their phones.
Right. Yeah, like making the side bets and everything.
Right.
Everybody's sharpening their knife.
Now, I knew both of these guys that were fighting.
Okay.
So one of them was my neighbor, and the other guy was my friend that I always hung out with that just always ran his mouth.
So are you the one that had the scarf and you were like, get ready, go!
Yep, my shirt was all tight.
Oh, yes.
In the middle.
Tied up under your boobs.
So
so one of them was an instigator, and one of them was...
Because I'm not going to put up with your crap, but I'm also just like a douche too, I guess.
Oh, okay,
So, like,
so technically 2 douches.
Yeah, 2 douches, but 2 like well-known douches.
Okay,
you know.
all right.
So it finally happened.
It's the douchebag of the century fight. Be there. Tickets are only $100.
In this corner.
Ding, ding.
And I was like Don King or whatever his name is, because I would instigate him, like, dude, you're going to mess him up. I would tell my friend that.
You're
and then
such
my
a
neighbor, I'd be
dork.
like, dude, you got this, bro. I was like, it's going to be good. And
Wiggins is walking back and forth. He's like, all right, who's got 40? Got 20 bucks?
Right,
got 20
right.
bucks. Got 20 bucks on it.
But then he gets in the corner. You got this. You're going to totally kill him. Just get under there.
You're all, man, we could make a fortune if you take a dive.
Yeah.
You know that pain you feel? That's pride messing with your head.
Maybe that's what we did.
Blank pride.
Yeah.
Okay, so then how did it end?
Well, the whole group starts getting around. And again, we're not promoting fighting. I'm not trying to say this is okay. But so there's a group just like that one where there's around there. And they're not starting anything because there's no like tension. Someone has to push someone to get into it.
Somebody in the bystander has to push one of the fighters.
Well, and now if that happens, as you saw in that East High School fight, it's like one person pushes and then now they're in it, and now it's a tornado of fighting.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So all of a sudden, my friend, the talk smacker, he just all right, like they're leaning in, they're faking each other out, and then he just goes in, he winds up, he just goes in, and he does like an open face slap.
He couldn't commit
that was like
to the punch.
Yes.
He's like, I don't really want to hurt him. We're actually friends.
He talked so much smack, and so everyone was like, okay, the way he talks,
right?
He's got to be able to back it up. Down. He can back it up.
Right.
So he winds up and he slaps him, and then the other guy's like coming at him, and it's like the worst fight that has ever happened in your entire world. A teacher, it was like slap boxing, his scuffle, like it was just like it was just let down. And then so this
everybody's
teacher,
I want my money back.
Right.
Teacher opened up the door and over the stadium, and then someone saw it, and then just like little roaches.
Yeah, right. You got to
scattered
as fast as you can.
So I see my friend. I'm walking to his house, and his fingers broke.
Oh.
Right, because he just bent it
the
back.
One who
in a weird way. He bent it backwards. So then I walk into his house. We're hanging out, and then I go home and I see my neighbor because I was in the backyard. Not a scratch on him, and I was like, "Well, that was a letdown." I was like,
I don't know who I disrespect more."
Yeah, right.
Like,
I don't like fights. Like watching that fight from
makes you
East High
uncomfortable.
School totally made me uncomfortable because it's like. Some people in their mentality, I mean, people hate being disrespected, and that's the one thing that all of us do to each other.
Yeah.
We disrespect each other nonstop. So there's some people, that's all they got is their level of respect, and so they want to just fight for it all the time. So watching a fight where you, like, I look at the poor girl that was getting jumped. Because it's not, imagine being that girl. Because I've been in a fight.
But we don't know.
I felt the sting of the punches. And I know what it's like to get your hair pulled. And I know the kicking and the weirdness. And somebody always wants to jump in that isn't involved in the fight. Because they're a friend.
And people egging you on.
It's hard to watch, for real. That poor girl.
Well, and then you don't know the background, like, because maybe she was the one that caused all the issues. And those girls are just, clapping back or
There's
whatever.
That. Right. But sometimes, most likely, it's jealousy over a boy.
Well, you never know.
Do you think we can? You're friends with the mom on Facebook. Do you think we can reach out to her and maybe try to get on the phone?
The fact that I have so many Facebook friends, it would take me like 2 hours to scroll to find
out who
her
she
post.
was.
Right.
Okay.
Because it's so far down. That was like a day or so ago.
Okay.
I remember that there was a fight that I was supposed to be in.
Okay.
And so like
You called 911?
No, I just like didn't show up. Okay, so like it was supposed to be like,
where's the fight? Sure, I'll be there.
Exactly, and it was like by my house, and then so literally at a certain point, the doorbell rang, and it was some little girl that went to school with us, and she's like, "Is Larry home?"
Oh, are you
And my
kidding
mom's
me?
like, "Yeah, why?" She's like, "He's supposed to be over on the hill."
She said that to your mom?
Right, and my mom's like, "Huh?" And then like I wasn't supposed to associate with kids that weren't Jehovah's Witnesses anyway.
Right.
So the fact that some girl rang our doorbell, I was already in trouble. She's like, "Well, what is this about?"
Right.
And I was just like, "Supposed to be in a fight."
right. Apparently, they want to beat me up because I'm a Jehovah's Witness kid.
Exactly, because you've sent me to this regular school when I should be in a school with a bunch of Jehovah's Witness kids.
Oh my God, you would have died with a bunch of other Jehovah's.
I know, but I'd have been in my element.
True,
you know what I mean?
right.
It's like, hey, we're all not doing Halloween.
Right, exactly. Nobody's doing Christmas.
Right.
Hey, so then what happened? Did the guy want to fight you the next day?
No, he saw me the next day and he was like, "Where were you?" I was like, "I was busy. I had to go to church. Some of us believe in God."
But you know what? The good thing is you were confident enough to go,
Right.
where I would have been
or was I
going to work
chicken enough
going to
to
school.
not show up.
Well, both. But the next day is the one where I wouldn't have been able to handle it as the kid. I would have, everyone would have been saying, "Oh, you pussied out," and I would have. It would have been hard to deal with that. But you obviously were like, eh.
Right.
Which is the power. That's the power, is to not let the people's crap get in your head.
303-728-3420, YOLO Rum phone line. Give us a call. Maybe you've been in a fight, or you just like...
Well, or you know what happened at East High School.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Right, and we'll
What
have to take your word for it.
Yeah, right.
Larry and Kathie J's Blazing Hit Radio.
So on the text line, people are talking, have other things to say. Some are still mad about Kim Kardashian.
And how she was like, it's so hard not being pregnant. The other lady has to do all the work, and I'm sad.
Exactly. She actually said it was harder to have a surrogate than to carry the baby.
Right.
Which just makes me mad, because here she is flaunting her
skinny mini body.
Exactly.
Well, and the thing is, though, like, there are some women that's weird that feel like super comfortable pregnant. Like, even Courtney said they just like being pregnant, which is weird.
Yeah.
Because it's such a...
No, I get that. It's like a pass for you. You can eat a little more. You do get...
They don't.
Well, yeah.
They're like 9 months pregnant, still working out with their trainer.
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
Right.
This one says, so good morning, Kathy. I was pissed when I heard what Kim said. My daughter was on bed rest 2 months, multiple complications with both of her kids. Give me a break, Kim.
Well, you know what? And Kim, like we said, she had difficult pregnancies.
She did.
That's why she couldn't have a third.
So, you know what? So just say, I'm grateful that there is an option of surrogacy.
Right.
That, you don't say that it's harder to not carry the kid when you're walking around flaunting your naked ass.
Right.
And this one says, good morning, Larry and Kathy. I'll be seeing you guys today at the Green Solutions on Federal and 66. I'll be at Costco. Wanted to see if you guys wanted pizza or something to eat before I head that way. I know you guys are working hard. May not have enough time for lunch. My treat. Can't wait to see you today. So glad you guys are back.
You're so sweet.
And he's going to Costco, so we can get a bunch of stuff.
Right.
Okay,
I'll take a vat of mayonnaise.
I love the Costco pizza.
Oh yeah, it's pretty bomb.
It's
they're
good.
Chicken sticks and their hot dogs.
Soft serve ice cream with the
berries.
With the berries.
With the berries,
oh,
it's
my
so
gosh.
bomb.
And
right?
with the hot dogs, you can put in as many onions and stuff you want
but
on them.
If you text food to 303-728-3420, find out all the locations Larry and Kathy are going to be, and the locations where you can donate to the Green Solution, which is every store for Food Bank of the Rockies.
Right. We'd like you to come out and see us, but if you bring 10 cans or more, they're going to give you $10 off a $15 or more purchase. So just bring soup or spaghetti sauce or spaghetti and rice. Bring us non-perishables, and we'll really hook it up for you, and it'll make you feel better about your Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
No, totally. So I found a news story on the actual fight with, and Larry, you actually might be able to contact the mom.
I just messaged her. We're like Facebook friends.
Oh, okay, cool. So here's the story about the Denver East fight.
Seen in the viral videos go to school right here at Contemporary Learning Academy. Those close with the situation tell the problem solvers 2 of the students are now facing criminal charges. We are concealing their faces because they're minors, but social media is not as considerate. This video already going viral.
She can't even go to school. And
this is
like
the mom.
She can walk home and, be okay.
Edith Garcia, in tears, says this shows her 17-year-old daughter, Anna, being assaulted after school on Monday. She tells us there were 2 incidents reported that day, one near Colfax and another along Lincoln.
They even go as far as grabbing her backpack and throwing it in the middle of Lincoln.
Anna says the bullying has been going on for a year now.
They try to get under my skin.
This video of a previous attack was posted by Edith on Facebook on September 7th. While authorities don't typically release information on juvenile cases, police stats do show a reported assault right here at the intersection of 9th and Lincoln on the afternoon of September 7th. Edith says she posted the video as a last resort, saying the school has not done much. She says administrators have been more interested in the school's reputation than her daughter's well-being.
It's easier for them to push Anna out than to actually handle the situation with the multiple girls.
Anna says 3 girls typically instigate and then recruit others to join. The problem solvers asked Denver Public Schools for comment. The district referred us to this letter sent home to parents Wednesday. The letter says the school takes the situation seriously, but then focuses on the consequences of recording and posting videos online.
Well, yeah, and then they showed the reporter live down there, and he's like, look what happened. Look at this big ball of hair. It blew by. He's all, that's called a tumbleweed.
Tumbleweed.
Oh, okay.
Hey, yo.
Anna has not been back to school here since that latest attack on Monday. Her mom, Edith, says that the school has asked that Anna stay home for a couple of days for her own protection. Reporting live on Capitol Hill, Michael Konopasek, Fox 31.
Yeah, so we messaged her to see if she wants to talk, because she obviously talked to Fox 31.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, there's like, you could tell that some of the girls that were in there had nothing to do with that fight, that just wanted to get some.
It doesn't make sense.
Dude,
Right.
you see that everywhere, like, especially when it's guy fights.
Right.
The one, like, you see the guys in the outskirts, they're like ready at any moment to jump in.
Right.
You know, like, there's some people that just live for the fight because that's all they got in life.
That's why we don't go in mosh pits.
Right.
Not at all.
True, because they'll take it out on you.
Well, that just sucks for
It does
them.
suck.
And I just hope that, she's safe going back to that school,
Well, yeah, and no one wants to go to an environment where you're scared for your safety every day, or something actually does happen to you every day. That's like terrible.
You know what? I think that girl, Edith's daughter, is very brave.
Total.
And I'm putting my money behind her. I think all the other girls are
Kathy's
cowards.
making a bet on the fight.
No,
Kathy. No.
You know what?
Illegal.
Here's the thing. You're a coward. You're less of a person if the way that you fight somebody is to get other friends to help you fight that person. I come from a thing where you need to go one-on-one, no knives, no guns. If you really want to fight, fight. And the fact that she had to get her other girlfriends to help, they ain't nothing to me.
Yeah.
The girl who is something is the daughter.
My whole thing is, and I hope you'll follow my lead on this, Kathy, let's just homeschool the girls. That when I see that makes me like private tutor, a British lady, sing songs, and she's magical.
Let's just,
oh yes, Mary Poppins.
Something.
Let's just teach them here. In between breaks, we will just give them their lessons and their structure.
Right.
And it's now time for Gunka Larry to teach you how to spell.
Yeah. Oh no! Oh wait a minute, we have to think about this. It sounded good in theory.
Larry's their coach for sports.
Yeah. Oh God.
From the Mile High.
Blazing Hit Radio. Now worldwide.
Blazing Hit Radio, I'm Larry Ulibarri.
I'm Kathie J.
And I'm Wiggins. I'm
I'm
Bill Clinton.
He's like, I'm Wiggins?
And here I am.
I'm Wiggins.
Count on me.
I'm Wiggins.
I'm Wiggins.
Okay, before we get into Trash and Bash, did you guys see the outtakes of the mean tweets when Larry David reads the
No.
Jimmy Kimmel? This is hilarious. So Jimmy Kimmel set it up.
A bunch of famous people read mean tweets about me, which my mother was mad about after the show. She's like, why would those people say these things about you? She wanted to know where they live. She's Italian. But one of the celebrities who read mean tweets about me was Larry David. And Larry really enjoyed it.
This is going to sound fantastic, but I forgot Jimmy Kimmel's name. So I Googled ugly late night talk shows. And I got him top week.
And never has anyone been more delighted by a mean tweet than that. So this morning, everybody here was telling me that was one of the few tweets he read that we could use because he couldn't stop laughing through the whole thing. Every mean tweet about me had him cracking up, so I asked to see them. And after that, I thought I would share it with you. Here's Larry David, unable to curb his enthusiasm about a lack of enthusiasm from me.
And quiet, please, hold work. Roll camera. And action.
I bet Jimmy Kimmel would look like a fat slob if he never became a celebrity. Pretty funny. Can we talk about how Jimmy Kimmel... These people are so mean. I know they're writing the same things about me. Can we talk about how Jimmy Kimmel isn't funny ever? Why is he so confident? Where's the self-loathing? He's always looking like he's real upset that... Oh, man. I can't believe you had me reading this stuff. Jimmy Kimmel always looking like he... Wait. Jimmy Kimmel Kimmel always looking like he's real upset that he on TV and had to take a big poop. It's so bad. The only power Jimmy Kimmel has is he can jiggle the 13... On the staff, pick these out. You're crazy. The only power Jimmy Kimmel has is he can jiggle the 13th Oh my God, it's so neat. The only power Jimmy Kimmel has is he can jiggle the 13 fat rolls under the pube beard on his face. Jimmy Kimmel.
Wow.
Jimmy Kimmel isn't funny. Oh, are we ever going to embrace that as a people? Jimmy Kimmel is the most arrogant. I'm not supposed to laugh during this, right? Jimmy Kimmel is the most arrogant. Jimmy Kimmel is the most arrogant eggplant emoji looking guy I've ever seen.
Oh my God. That was classic.
Now I'm looking at his pube beard.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the lead-in for Trash and Bash.
I know, that was like after we just had laughing sex.
Right. Oh, God, that was good. Coming up in Trash and Bash, there's some controversy going on with one of the Terminators.
One of the Terminator guys.
The guy that played the T-100.
The Liquid Terminator.
Yeah.
What's wrong with him?
He's up to no good, and he's getting sued for it.
Did he touch somebody's private area?
No, he didn't do that.
Oh,
well, that's good.
So maybe it's okay.
It's a good day.
Hey, camera, action.
And now,
All tea, all shade, hunty.
Celebrity Trash and Bash with Larry, Kathie, and Wiggins.
Can I get an amen up in here?
Here's Kathie J.
Amen. Pharrell recorded a new song, but he ain't going to release it for 100 years.
He's all because it's a direct copy of a George Michael song that I stole.
Yes, exactly.
Right. I need some people to die first.
Right.
Pharrell recorded a new song. Here's the thing. 100 years, literally, before anybody can hear it. It's a partnership between him and Louis the... something cognac. I don't know. X and 3 1s. What
Louis
is that?
C.K.?
The 13th?
No. Maybe the 13th?
Okay.
I don't know. Louis whatever. Cognac.
Louis the 5th.
No, it's not the 5th.
Oh, the 4th?
I don't
The
know.
6th.
The
The
8th?
12th.
No.
XII.
3 eyes. Look it up. X and 3 eyes.
That was the last Super Bowl, I believe.
The song is called 100 Years. The only copy of it was pressed onto a record made of clay from the chalky soil of the Cognac region of France. It'll be stored in the same cellars where Louis is aged. What'd you find out? What
It's
is it?
13,
It
yeah.
is 13. Louis the 13th is aged in a state-of-the-art safe that was designed so it's only destructible when submerged in water. The idea is to protect the environment from global warming, so the planet makes it to the year 2117 so people can finally hear the random Pharrell song is, I guess, incentive that we all can't wait for.
Right, and everybody's going to be like, it's just happy.
Right,
From Despicable Me.
Happy, right.
Right.
Because he wants, it'll come back. It was played for 100 guests already during a private listening party in Shanghai. That's the only time it's been heard. Pharrell hasn't said what the song's about because of the 100-year thing.
Yeah, it'll leak.
Yeah, it's totally going to
It'll
leak.
leak in like 50.
Yeah, so there we are.
So then so basically you'd have to be like, tell your kids, someday there'll be a song and you're going to need to watch the news. And by then there'll be, floating cars.
Totally.
Yeah, no one will even care.
No,
like, the music will be so different in their technology. They probably won't even, they'll be half robot or something.
Will they be like, a long time ago, President Pharrell Williams recorded a song.
Oh, you never know.
Who knows where he's going?
Yeah, after Trump destroyed it with nuclear bombs half.
Right.
Oh yeah, President Pharrell picked everybody back up by sampling old songs from their childhood.
Oh, we love President Pharrell.
Yes.
His big hat.
All hail Pharrell.
Carrie Underwood, I told you that she fell and broke her wrist. Now she's had surgery on her wrist. And
I didn't know she fell. Poor little dainty Carrie Underwood.
She fell outside her house.
Oh, that's right, because I said she took a Louisville Slugger.
Her and Simon.
There was conflicting reports, but I believe what Simon says.
Hey, yo. So, the injury from her fall last week was more serious than Carrie Underwood was letting on.
Oh, no.
She said she needed time to heal, but she had to have surgery. So yesterday she tweeted out, I want to let everybody know I'm doing great. Had surgery on my wrist. Everything went well. Even though I'll be setting off airport metal detectors from now on, I'm thankful to those who have taken such good care of me.
You know who would have survived that fall and not broken anything? Kelly Clarkson.
Shut up, Larry.
I'm saying she's a little more, not as dainty and weak.
I know what you're saying.
As what's her face.
I know what you're saying.
She's like, you're a little weak country singer. I love Kelly Clarkson's new song.
Which one?
Oh my God. I don't know. It's just it's her latest single and it's like funky and she wails in it. It's so dope.
You should hear her interview. She did a great interview, where she just talked about her whole history.
On Howard Stern.
Yeah, where I
heard it.
It was pretty intense, like that show.
I love her.
By the time Trash and Bash comes to the end, will you play a little of that Kelly Clarkson song?
No, there's no need.
Why you like her?
I do, but okay, so is this like she's going pop way or she's going to go...
It's her regular Kelly Clarkson music.
Oh, okay. All right, then I'll listen to it.
Yeah, all right.
Okay,
well, we could play it for like 10 seconds
sure, go
or
ahead.
something.
10 seconds, it's our station. Play the damn song.
What's it called?
I don't know. Just look at Kelly Clarkson's latest single.
You don't even know.
It's her latest single. It's a smash.
Right.
Is that what it's called? It's a smash?
It's
All
a hit.
I know is Hoda was dancing like crazy when Kelly was singing it live on the Today concert.
Yeah, she's supposed to dance like crazy because she's in the same room with her.
I'm just saying, it's a great song.
Well, play it. And while
I'm trying to find it.
Right.
Is it Love So Soft?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
All right.
Get it, girl.
Okay, that's good.
No, this is not the song.
It's not?
This how old is this song?
Oh, I don't
That song's
know.
been around for a minute.
It was on her page. It was like 2 months ago. That song's like 2 months.
Okay, hit play.
Hit play?
Yeah.
All right.
Keep on twisting, keep on locking, keep on turning me.
Yeah, this is it.
I wanna be closer.
That's a cool video.
Under my skin, I let you in. You gotta be careful when you let me.
Kelly's got soul.
Oh man,
does, yeah.
Her and Pink. Listen.
You ain't had nothing softer. Break it, then you buy it, and it's sure gonna cost you. Love so soft.
Her and Adele should do a song together.
Yeah, totally.
You gon' love it if you try it. Got you hooked, now you're caught up. Love so soft.
Wow. She looks kind of like Belle in that big yellow dress.
Was the truth.
Yeah, she's funky, man.
That's a cool video.
She's the ish.
I like it. So, okay, I like it. Good
Yeah.
song. And finally, Robert Patrick. He is the T-100, the actor who the
Liquid Terminator. And this is how old that movie is.
Okay.
That movie's so old. That guy was hot when he was naked. So you look at him now and you're like, ah! But when that movie was out and the T guy was naked, because all Terminators show up naked.
Yes, right.
And I showed up naked, but you could tell I had the little one.
Yeah.
But you were like, maybe the Liquid Man's a dingle dongle.
Yeah. Right.
Right. But I remember like, wow, he's a really tight body.
He had a great body.
6-pack,
Right.
8-pack, a 12-pack.
You had a good body too at the time.
Oh yes, I was
Arnold.
very smooth
Right.
and very large, but like I said, small genitals because of the steroids.
Right.
Yes.
All your blood is going elsewhere in your body.
Exactly. There's very little left for the acorn sitting in the shrubbery.
All right. Yeah, he has his own show now, right? Because that's where I saw him. He does look a lot older.
Scorpion.
Yeah, Scorpion.
It's the show,
okay.
right, on CBS. So, and it's a hit. Everyone likes
No,
Scorpion.
he's been in a ton of movies,
He's a great
ton of
actor.
shows.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's still got the jawline
He was
that won't
in the
quit.
Identity Theft.
Oh yeah,
Remember?
he was the bad
tracking
guy.
down, right?
He was the bad guy trying to, okay, so according to a lawsuit, an actor, David Fabrizio, he had a reoccurring role on Scorpion. So he says that Robert Patrick, who's the T-100, he was shooting a scene that involved him getting physical with the T-100. Okay. But the scene went just crazy. According to the documents in the lawsuit, the T-100, Robert Patrick, he negligently struck David from behind.
Okay, so he went overboard on the fight.
Right. In the docs, David says that he suffered multiple severe injuries which required expensive medical treatments. Not specific about the injuries, but he has surgeons to back him up as to what is going on with him. He's suing Robert Patrick, the T-100, CBS Television Studios, the stunt coordinator, and the producers.
Robert Patrick did not get hurt immediately. He just went back to normal shape.
Right.
And then he just kept walking.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And he's all, hey, is Wolfie okay?
Yeah.
Remember in Terminator? He's all, Wolfie's fine, dear. Wolfie's fine, as he has a big sword in that lady's mouth.
Right, totally.
By the way, that lady with the sword that got in her head?
Yes.
Or where the husband got the sword in the head, but then he became her.
Right.
Remember? He took the form of the mom?
Yes.
That mom is the same lady that was Vasquez in Aliens, and she's also
no way.
Yes, and she's also the lady in Titanic that was like, "We'll wait for the first class passengers, and then they'll board us." Remember the lady?
That's her.
She's
I
been
do
in
remember
almost
that.
all of James Cameron's movies.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know.
Has he slept with her too?
I would imagine so.
Usually he sleeps with every woman that's
exactly.
been in a movie of
right,
his.
For sure.
He leaves a wife to go with the new actress in the movie.
I think she's just a side action.
Okay, wow, right? Yeah, she's not good enough to get
right, but she was in a lot of roles.
She's in a lot of roles.
Yeah.
Live from the Mile High City.
You're streaming Larry and Kathie's Blazing Hit Radio.
Now, worldwide.
Blazing Hit Radio, Larry Ulibarri, Kelly Clarkson, and Wiggins.
I'll take that compliment.
It's better than what was Sarah Huckabee, Sarah Sandler.
Oh, yeah.
I'll pick Kelly Clarkson over Sarah Huckabee any day. You're absolutely right, Wade.
Anytime you straighten your hair, though, I'm going to call you Sarah.
I'll kill you.
I'm going to buy you a black sweater and some pearls. That's how Sarah you are.
It's funny you say that because one of the things on the text line, just random. Hello and good morning, Mr. President. To you.
Right.
Mr. Former President. Yeah. Then she said, next year's Halloween, I got it. Bill Clinton is Wiggins. Monica Lewinsky is Kathy. And Larry can be Hillary or Trump, whichever one you want to go for.
I'll probably go Trump. So I can be mean and touch ladies in the private area.
Yeah, no, please don't do that.
I won't. Trust me. I won't.
Okay, yeah, you don't want, that's the last thing you want to touch.
Yeah, I'll just be Kevin Spacey then.
Right, I remember.
That way I can go for the right demographic.
Right, at least you're heading for the
I'm
guy.
keeping in character. Sorry I grabbed your junk. I'm Kevin Spacey.
Hey, it's just Kevin Spacey.
Right.
You know what? I was I remember in college at a party. I went to a political science, like it was kind of those majors of their party, right? So I walk in and immediately,
Girl, maybe I shouldn't have done blackface.
No, I didn't do that. No. I think I was just a mechanic, with a bikini top and a zip up thing.
You were
it was something real simple for college.
You were Whoopi Goldberg from Star Trek. Guinan. Her name was Guinan. That sounds like a doctor's lady doctor.
Yeah, right. So I walk in and immediately I got fondled. Like there was a dude and he had a trench coat on.
He was the pervert.
And he fondled me and stuff. And I was like, what the hell? And he goes, I'm Judge Clarence Brown. There was a guy on the Supreme Court.
Yeah, the original sexual harasser. The one who
the original sexual harasser. And so his costume kind of gave him a pass to grope people the whole night.
Wow.
And then he would just say, Clarence, that's the guy's name, right?
Costume.
Clarence Brown.
So that here's the thing. That would be what we'd call the good old days when you can get away with stuff like that. But now, thanks to Harvey Weinstein, there'll be no more of that.
No. Isn't there a Denver Democrat that just got pulled up on some sort of sexual harassment?
Nothing surprises me now. I'm waiting for somebody to say, Captain Crunch touched somebody. What? Really?
Yes, he touched Toucan Sam.
And Strawberry Shortcake.
Right, totally.
Right.
Poor Strawberry Shortcake. She had to confide in Apple Blossom.
Yeah.
All right, here goes. No, I'm not going to my aunt's house because her and my uncle support Orange Face. I just can't do it. I can't do it. My uncle always wants to bring him up, so we just are going to stay away this year.
Yeah, it's sometimes better, whatever. I mean, but I'll get together with family who voted for Trump, and I don't care.
There are some supporters out there, and maybe Obama supporters did it too, and where they just act so smug, and they're like, yeah, that's my guy. And so, for whatever reason, the Trump supporters just don't like that people supported Obama, and they're just so mad about it. So it's they almost like to rub it in and just being like, they bring it up purposefully. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's like, he hasn't done that much great stuff. I'm just saying.
You're right. We should all stay home and just have Hungry Man dinner.
I'm totally, you know what? I'm thinking about it more and more.
Nothing wrong with sandwiches.
Isn't that what you're doing? Did you figure out your Thanksgiving situation?
Yeah.
What are you
doing?
I'm just having Thanksgiving the day before with Chris, and then he's flying out, and then I'll just be by my lonesome with drinking beers, eating leftovers.
Can I just tell you that I'm so jealous? Oh my God, that's all I want to do is be alone.
Exactly.
And drink and watch TV.
Kathie's not going to be alone for another 17 years.
No lie.
Right, and then eventually you'll finally be alone, and then it'll have been so long that you'll be sad.
Right,
You'll be like,
right.
they laugh.
Right.
It's called conditioning.
Totally right. Yay!
Are you going to pass that doobie or what? The Cannabis Chronicles.
Get it out. Shout the rooftops. This is great.
It is. Trust me.
It's real good, everybody.
It's real good.
That's right. We're going to be at the Green Solution today on Federal. Bring us some non-perishables, will you?
Yeah,
Federal
right.
66.
Right across from Cheerleaders.
That's an upside down 9.
No, but seriously, bring us your non-perishables. We'd really appreciate it. We're going to feed a bunch of people for Thanksgiving with the Green Solution for Food Bank of the Rockies.
Text food to 303-728-3420 for Google Maps and more info about where Larry and Kathie will be next week.
Yeah, well,
Usually-
today,
Or
noon to 2.
today and tomorrow.
Usually it's Larry that makes the sexual joke. That was just unexpected from you, Wiggins.
Oh, I was
69.
No, that wasn't a sexual joke. I was just saying it's an upside down 9.
No,
he wasn't sexual. He was just saying that the 6 is an upside down 9.
It's a
You
stoner
weren't bringing up
observation.
69?
No.
But now you did, pervert.
Yeah.
I just got busted.
Kelly Clarkson, the sex addict.
Sarah
Stop
Huckabee wouldn't like that.
calling me Kelly Clarkson.
I'm sorry, Adele.
Man, I wish I had their money. Okay, so
That's all she cares about. Just give me that money.
yeah, totally. Call me the fat girl. I just bring you that money.
Beans, greens, tomatoes, potatoes. Beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes.
Man, yesterday when those cookies showed up, remember that lady brought some cookies with the non-perishable stuff?
Oh, yeah, Kathie's having a hard time not eating the food that's for the poor people. So I'm all, stop, put those candies down. Those are for poor people that are in need. You know what I mean? It's
I was at the Denver Rescue Mission, the kitchen, the one over off of by you, over off of Quebec and Smith Road.
Right.
And I was totally feeding, one day and serving and stuff, and they have the cheese slices that come in that wrapper.
And Kathie's all, 2 for you, 1 for me.
I haven't had
1
those
for
in a
you,
while because
2 for me.
they're not the best. So I totally did take a cheese slice and leave it down in front of me where I was serving.
And hopefully somebody's like, I got to tie my shoe.
I was going to eat it later, right?
and then after all was said and done, after everybody got served, there's like, oh, there's one person that didn't get any cheese.
No, it's worse than that.
It's Helen.
It's worse than that. So one of the guys, I was in charge of, I don't know, whatever, something that was a scoop. He looks over and he goes, is that cheese available? And I was like, this cheese?
You're all, I touched it.
I got to have my shoe. Get out of
Yes.
I was like, this cheese fell on the ground. I'm just waiting to throw it away after the line loosens up.
Well, so not only did you steal from the poor, you now lied about it. So you're going to extra hell. So now I'm really going to have to watch the girls. I'm going to have to watch the girls because Kathie's not going to be around in their afterlife.
Dude, the cheese slice, you can just hear the wrapper right now. I mean, okay. Anyways, back to the Cannabis Chronicles. Oh, so studies are saying weed is going to be the new craft beer.
Yeah, because it really is. And you know how they can make so many different variables and perfect it?
Mm-hmm.
That's what they do with my strain. Remember when I did...
The Yuleberry.
Yeah, the Yuleberry was... not something, because some dispensaries will just go, hey, grab that herb and give it a weird name.
Yes.
But that's not really how it works. You really have to take and put some science behind it.
A male and a female.
And figure out 2 strains that you want to combine.
Yeah.
And so mine is blueberry and bubblegum combined.
Yeah.
To make Yuli Berry. So it's kind of a process, and so, I don't know, I find it quite fascinating.
Yeah, well, we documented the whole thing. You can watch the whole journey.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. And so there's that says why there's going to be but why they're kind of like craft
Leaning
brews,
that.
because people are mixing strains.
Right, and you
getting
can
better.
perfect it, and some people are like, I use only pig turds for my, soil, or somebody's like...
Well, then you can keep this.
Well, I'm just saying, everybody has their own. Like, some people are like, I'm organic, I guess. I don't know.
So, more proof.
Whatever, pig Manure?
Manure.
Anyway.
There is something to be said about
I need a Trump
hydroponic.
I need a Trump sip of water.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Okay,
Okay,
you look
back.
stupid, Larry.
Mouth over the bottle
Right.
first.
And then tilt the whole head and
Right.
bottle
Like-
back.
Yeah, like his neck was hurting. It
And
was
then
weird.
Right, he took such a dainty sip too. He was like, I only needed a little bit.
No.
We're going every direction on
I
this
know.
Cannabis
Okay,
Chronicles.
so Budweiser's former chief marketing officer recently moved from beer to pot. That is the sign that the alcohol industry's growing interest in the marijuana selling business is definitely changing. Chris Burgrave is 52 years old. He was Anheuser-Busch's former CMO. And now he's on the advisory board of Green Rush. It's a San Francisco-based startup company. It's like the Amazon of weed is what they're calling themselves.
You know that show with the pot show with Kathy Bates?
Yes.
In one of those
On
episodes, they have a commercial for weed, and it looks just like a Coors commercial because
Really?
they're like grown by the Rocky Mountain water, and it was filmed just like
See? Right.
So it's headed that way.
It's totally happening.
Right. Eventually, you're going to be like, have you tried that new strain at Sears? You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
going to be
it
everywhere.
will be like that, right? Yeah. He also founded Toast, the company that does the pre-rolled joints.
Right.
We've had Toast.
Right.
Right. It was at the Irie weddings party.
Right. The blunts, boas, and broads.
Right.
Blood?
Yeah, bloodshed.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Blunts, boas, and bloodshed.
Right. It was
that was
a
actually really fun.
Murder mystery dinner.
Yeah. So he's not the first from the beer industry to jump on the cannabis bandwagon either. Last month, the company that sells Corona, they invested in Canopy Growth Corporation, which is a Canadian seller of medical marijuana. 64% of Americans want the federal ban on marijuana lifted, according to a new Gallup poll that was just done in October.
Well, and here's the thing, I think at some point, these will be the corporations that will come to the Green Solution and tell those people, how's 10 billion sound?
Right, 'cause-
and then we'll never see those guys again.
Well, what about the radio station, you guys?
Right, and they're
Hey,
like...
are we still partners?
Right, Coors is like, we have a radio station, that's weird. Okay, whatever.
So same way that craft beer started out and people ignored it and said, no, it'll never take off. That's
Right,
how
everybody's
it is.
getting ahead of it now because they don't want to be left behind.
Yeah, but
And you know what's crazy is
What's that?
the places that have money, like the Green Solution and stuff, they have the money to get ready to go in the other states already because, remember, it's a lot of red tape. You got to have all this money up front. You got to be able to pay all these bills and these fines or
you gotta
whatever it is.
You're right. You got to kind of like pay to have everything go according to legal ways. and stuff
So
like
mom and pop shops, to me, in smaller or in the states that are about to take off, they won't have a chance.
Eventually, they'll be taken over. It's just like eventually,
Yeah.
it could be like, come to Walmart where we deliver marijuana with your groceries.
Yay!
And in the parking lot in the dark, some Mexican lady's gonna go, tamales. And you're gonna go, what? I'm sorry, you're not scary. You just scared me
Yeah,
because
right,
it was
yeah,
dark, and then you
right.
said tamales, and then I was like just thrown off. I'm sorry, but no, thank you.
No,
thank you.
no, thank you.
No, thank you.
Hey,
Thank
you know the best part is
Gracias.
that none of these other dispensaries or any of these other marijuana businesses have what we got here. You know what I mean?
Right.
With the
Oh, no,
radio
for sure.
station, all this
They
stuff.
don't
so
got
it's
a
like-
radio station up
Yeah.
in
Oh no!
Washington or Oregon.
Pretty soon, the three of us will be on the paging system at Walmart doing our show.
Live from the Green Solution studio
And then somebody's
warehouse.
going to go, get back to work!
Get back to work.
Get off the paging system, you idiots! I'm sorry.
I gotta go hang up clothes. Bye, guys.
Blazing Hit Radio.
When Thanksgiving comes around, you're going to be able to shove a bunch of food in your gullet and have probably seconds and thirds.
Yes.
Not everybody's in that situation. We forget that there are people in need. And so all you got to do is come see Kathie and I today at the Green Solution on 66th and Federal. And we're going to be collecting non-perishables. So hook it up so we can, help others.
Yeah, there's nothing better than knowing that you helped somebody else.
Yeah.
And, and a blessing of food, that's a really nice thing, and it doesn't cost you that much money. So we just need you to, give a little effort and come see us and drop off the cans. We had such a good turnout yesterday.
Right.
And it keeps getting better and better as every day goes on.
There's grocery stores right near there. Like there's on Federal, so you can stop at the King Supers or whatever and stock up. And if you bring 10 cans or 10 items or more, you're going to get $10 off your purchase of the Green Solution on a $15 or more purchase. So we're hooking you up for hooking us up, and we really need your help.
And text food to 303-728-3420. You'll get a Google Map link. So if you're like, where did they say they're at? Then I'll give you the direct link to find them today, 12 to 2.
Yes.
Side note, can I sidebar real quick?
Sure.
Here in the studio at the Green Solution Studios, we have a couple TVs going, and we always have our friends at Fox 31. That's where Kathie works.
Yes.
On the Everyday Show. And so they've been running some things on the TV.
Yeah.
And they just ran a thing that I just completely blocked out of my head.
What?
I don't remember where I was going with this. Damn it!
You actually just said side note.
And there it went.
Right. Oh, darn it.
We can't get blamed, though.
It's not us.
Hey, listen, is that Rewind, that TV?
No, we got to get that soon. Yeah.
Because then after we rewound it, I remember exactly what they were talking about.
Well, I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah, that thought was brought to you by the Green Solution.
Yeah.
What the hell is Megan wearing this morning? Is it a bunch of doilies glued together? What is that?
It's her great-grandmother's tablecloth. So leave her alone.
Like this sleeve looks different than that sleeve.
Yeah, it's called the sleeve difference. That's where she gets her stuff at. SleeveDifference.com.
What's going on? I'm gonna get a closer look at it in a minute.
Yeah, and then she's gonna be like, "I heard you talking about me, bitch."
Totally. I'm gonna see her in person. Oh God. Speaking of fighting and stuff, we had that study earlier about relationships, and the average couple fights 19 times a month.
Right.
Crazy statistic. But Tasha says, me and Larry, we fight once or twice a year. Been together for 9 years.
Okay, I'm not with her.
Yeah,
not that Larry.
When she said Tasha, I'm so glad she said Tasha. I was like, Chris is listening.
Right, wow. Chris has totally different
I am with
view
a black lady named Tasha, and we're having an affair.
He has a totally different view of your relationship than you do. So Tasha says, we just got into one over rechargeable batteries, and it was so awkward.
Those little things that your spouse does, and you can't say anything because you know that you got to pick your battles, and you're like, I'm not going to nitpick over this.
Right.
But it would be nice to be able to vent on some of those things.
Yes.
Because the two things that are driving me nuts that Chris does, you
just have them ready to go.
He keeps putting my toothbrush on its charger.
Okay. What's wrong with that? That's where you're supposed to put it.
You're supposed to let a battery drain some before you constantly charge it. You know what I mean? So you
sounds like you're nagging.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't bring it up.
Sounds
so
petty.
It
sounds really petty.
He's putting a towel on my towel. So my towel was sitting there, and for the longest time I was like, well, this is my old towel. I'll just put it over here, and then I put my new towel. So then he puts my old towel on my towel that I just used.
Yeah.
So when I go take a shower, my towel's still wet.
Okay.
All right.
So remember, these are the things that you don't want to bring up.
Don't you have enough towel racks in your bathroom?
No, we're limited.
Here's what I'm thinking, because we talked about earlier about Larry having to have the last word, or Chris having to have the last word.
Right.
I think that was Larry getting the last word about the towel and the toothbrush.
We're just getting a text from Chris. He said, charge your own damn toothbrush. Pick up your own damn wet towel.
Well, he got the last word.
Yeah. Did he?
Oh, here we go.
Hang out with Larry and Kathie J today at the Thanksgiving Food Drive, brought to you by the Green Solution Blazing Hit Radio. Text food to 303-728-3420 for directions.
And look on my social media, because I'm going to remember what I was talking about, and then it went away. So I'll be like, I remember.
Now I know what I wanted to say.
Yeah, damn it.
Too late.